And we are back!
Certainly slowed up, and with Shy.
What is up, Joe?
Take more than luck just to dig this cipher out.
Sato just stunning at Masters London. Far
and away the best
Phoenix there. Best Phoenix in the world right now. Already with a nice little two-piece.
Fury are on a 5-loss streak in those, you know, I would say, matches of consequence, right? Their Esports World Cup campaign crashed and burned, despite going up against two of the eventual finalists on their road. Had to make some changes following that.
Looking at this paranoia from Basic, that should make some inroads for Fury to get into this site.
Paranoia here does catch on to Sato, but he's going to stick around. Flash into the nebula quickly. Developed by King in response. Sato inside the smoke's already found his first.
Public chat karte dekh le ek
baar. Going to walk on out. It doesn't seem to matter. We're just going to pick up where we left off. Sato exits with 4.
Any questions of how is the LEV form going to look? Are they going to just be playing at that blistering pace? All players firing on all cylinders? Yeah, that might just be the case. The form of this team at London was obviously unbelievable across the board. All 5 of their players had takeover maps. You can't sleep on any of them. They're always capable of clutching out of situations just like that.
Sato by far the standout Phoenix player in London.
A little buffed bandit, by the way, coming through for the first time that we're seeing at this stage. Recoil a little less obnoxious to deal with on that.
There's a 3-player stack here at C for Furia. As this smoke blooms, they're going to reveal themselves, but the Bulldog bites, and Basic has already fallen by the wayside.
One of the keys for this Furia team is obviously the Kuala Noob operator. Shaw was talking about that in the interview before the game. One of the ideas behind these roster changes was to put him in a duelist position where they're going to be feeding him that gun as much as possible. And he has been a consistently standout offer in the American scene, whether that be his time at Challengers with M80 or from what we saw earlier this year, Kickoff, when he was on that full-time Yoru. It was really just disrupted by that meta that we saw in Stage 1, where he was on the Phoenix, had a great operator role, and wasn't finding that same level of impact. So they are really dictating that as one of their win cons heading into this stage.
30 seconds left. Giant Basic already out of the mix. It's Fury in a bit of a dangerous spot in this round.
Let's see.
And doubling back to that idea, it felt like Kuala Noob definitely was suited in a second-in role as a duelist. The Phoenix felt very drastically different to him when he was often having to refight or make those opportunities, create that space in those hits. Shaw is putting his eggs in that basket. Yet to see much from Fury, though. That early fight over on the seaside didn't favour them whatsoever, and they spent most of this round being passengers on the Leviathan Express.
We are going to see a different approach here in regards to this stage 2 meta with the Neon. I think that's a really key factor. LEV were one of the teams that have not shied away from playing Neon post-nerf, and it's working out great for them. Furia, with these roster changes, it's just implied that they're going to move away from the Neon. You bring in Basic. He's never played an official of Neon before. Kuala Noob, 70 rounds compared to playing over 8,000 in officials on Jet. So it just implies that they'll be done with that unless put RZ on it for certain maps. But if they were to do that, you would imagine it would probably be a map like Haven, but they want the Kuala Noob Jet. So they're kind of tied into playing the Jet and the Phoenix here.
Early tech pause here, an audio issue that has to be rectified down there on the stage. Get to really see what Furia are going to be able to offer in these rounds of consequence now. I'll be playing the anti-bonus in round 3, so that's something worth keeping your eyes on.
मतलब मैं सस्ता वाला मोड़ हूँ, obviously भाई.
About Leviathan in London is
पापा को कट दिया तूने.
They're really leaning heavy into what many
क्या चेंज करने का chat को वो कर दे public members जो
heavily
chat की
indexed
जगह
into those set
public
plays.
chat कर दे.
This is the kind of team even in the meta where your double doors could just maybe go and make space and you react to that.
I love you,
they came into so many of these gun rounds with a plan, flowchart-esque execution in these site hits. And not a lot of teams that feels like doing that right now. I want to think of like certain areas of like eras rather of like most as Fnatic teams or teams that Yampi was, you know, calling for over in EMEA. But it feels like Leviathan are really reaching back into that. It feels like Allura really still fancies that style of play that's very structured.
It's one of many reasons why there's, I think, a lot of community discussion about this Leviathan team, not just being a flash in the pan, not just peaking at the right moment, but displaying that there's going to be longevity as they're approaching the game just so well from so many different directions, individually, tactically. Kind of new philosophy on the game from owner, and just having a unit of players that have flexibility among all of them as well. I mean, even back to kickoff, yeah, at the beginning of their campaign this year, it was a slower start, figuring themselves out. I just remember Spike was even playing Viper then, and he was putting up numbers. They can just do it all.
And I mean, this Leviathan team had 4 players at a 1.1 rating or above for the entirety of London, right? That is quite significant. It was certainly a team effort. Sato looked incredible. Obviously, Blozin, the clutch factor that he brought to that last series was really crucial. The fact that you could go up against a team like Paperex, lose 13-2 in your first map and still recover. The feeling is that, you know, Leviathan just had to stay in the game. They're still in the series. They're going to have time to solve those issues and find a way to bounce back. It's what our desk talked about coming into this game. An element of their play that felt absent up until London was that ability to adapt in-game, to make those adjustments. Something that will be tested here in Stage 2 is they're not returning to palm fronds. No one's rolling out the red carpet for them. It's shuttered windows, it's narrowed eyes, it's a target on Leviathan's back. They're sitting with a bunch of championship points now. They've got a decent buffer to be a part of Champions itself. But it's not as if the rest of America is just throwing their arms around them and celebrating with them. They are eyeing them off as public enemy number 1.
Absolutely. They're one of the teams that expected so much more of themselves in that first stage, starting strong but then faltering towards the end, bombing out of the EWC qualifier, and that inspired these changes. But let's check in with EU and get his thoughts on those exact changes. It's Shy and Basic joining the roster.
Shy's pretty easy to like give a description on. I played against him a lot back in 2024, like Crew vs 100 Thieves. We had like a mini rivalry. We played each other like quite a bit. I thought he was their best player. He's still really good right now. So Shy has all the experience and everything. He's capable of being like a really top tier pro. I think the only like barrier between us and our current new roster is kind of like a little bit of a language barrier, but we'll get over that over time. And then Basic is like this, he reminds me of Kess from 100 Thieves when I played with him. He's like a rookie and like super new, up-and-comer, hungry, but he doesn't have a lot of direction and doesn't really know where to take his efforts and his energy. So treating Basic a lot like I treated Kess, where just kind of giving him like the direction and letting him do his thing, you know, letting him be free, not trying to put him into like a cookie cutter or anything like that. Just have fun.
I mean, the way the Fury have actually made these role allocations, in this game at least, has surprised us, because I think the expectation was that our team might be on smokes, you know, and not as this second duelist. Maybe some people speculating that Basic is someone who'd been quite flexible in his career in the lead up here, might have picked that role up. So you are calling now from this Phoenix position. See how that plays out, obviously, against King, who is more than happy to settle the score on the minimap.
Furia with their first opportunity to get a full buy online, but not enough cash to get Kuala Noob the op in the game just yet.
Let me check my kitna baron. Limit mein kano match Binks and Valorant. Yes sir.
Obviously, we have to run it back into Garage right now. Followed up with a fast lane, but basically this push out of B has relieved a lot of this pressure. Shy's able to bring Sato down, but not before he strikes and takes this Jet out of the game.
No one from LEV able to protect the body of Sato, so Artson got a free one, but the lurk timing from Neon exploits an opening in the C site.
Oh, no window to get Spike as well, and just the shot had an opportunity. Blozin was looking in just the right direction.
Not the last example we're going to get of the outrageous firepower
दो timing हो सकता था बे.
bonus round shares.
Gear जो tournament use होता है वो sponsor के नहीं होते नहीं Gear वो लोग खुद का लेके आते हैं sponsors का सिर्फ
the tough task of getting yourself back into this side. Unseen walls him across, but takes some glancing damage from Neon. And here's a runner back, but he's going to be spotted straight away. And Neon knows exactly where he's going to re-emerge. Blows in. It's too easy to play off that exchange. That'll give Levitan the bonus round win.
It's just so natural, the way that they set up for each other. Just flowing through the game with ease, it feels like. Against this Furia that are trying to figure themselves out, get the advantage in the round, but in that moment, the shot from blows. And Neon finding that timing just moments before. It's a round that does devolve into individual plays. Winnable position, but it's left. They are going to find those kills.
This is looking much like the pistol round start for Leviathan. Heavy presence to lobby. Fury might try and challenge for this though. Spike jumps through with Koala accosting him though with the Ghost. Flash out for Sato, player fully blind in front of him, and Unseen is downed by a shock dart. EU's about to get pretty toasty toes. Sato knows he's around that corner. Unaware though if he's crossed yet, and EU is trying to find the correct timing to slip out of this spot.
Or bye, what is up?
Walking down C, getting proactive, and you could see Sato exercising discipline as that smoke came up. Doesn't have another flash, so he doesn't want to risk going through. Knows that that molly didn't actually, you know, cover that full tucked corner.
I think वो लोग घूम के आएंगे, trip smoke करेंगे और try करेंगे बीच में मारने का, guns गिराने का.
Confidence, so much star power, but within that discipline. I think Neon is especially one of the players that just exudes that trait every time you're watching him, no matter what role he's playing on.
Leviathan here are able to slowly make their way over towards this A side. They never really left long after that exchange. And while EU was able to be exfiltrated from A long and now able to make his way around the map, there is going to be some util to catch a flank. It will be virtually impossible for him to sneak up behind Leviathan. And this site is hard to retake on a good day with good weapons and even numbers wide here.
Chat में just
feels impossible.
LEV going to have an easy exit with that trip up behind them. Don't need to be too concerned. Doesn't get out long.
Okay.
Seeing
basic here triple his frags for the game and show us a little bit of raw power. EU is able to get out with a phantom.
Considering.
So some silver lining in that round for Furia.
ऐसे चालू करना है यार Valo यार.
Character, you know, when he wins London, you expect him to be cartwheeling around the
stage. को रात को खेलने को यार मजा आता है यार.
No, he just stares calmly out of a sea of people chanting Leviathan, chanting his name. But moments like this, they win around from a save. But you better believe he's up on his feet.
Fury, a second opportunity at the buy. Crucially, you just have to be paying attention to Koala. Here is that operator. The aforementioned win con by both us, by their coach. We know this is their approach to the game in this stage. Put him in position to succeed. Doesn't feel like this is going to be the round, though.
Let's hear from Leviathan as they try and hit the C side.
Technically, almost wall double blind भी है. Retake कर सकता है. Bro, proactive भाई, Salt, OP, Mark, कसम.
Sobe do homem, sobe do homem. Também dá smoke. Tempo agora. Vou ficar bom, eu quebro o spot. Já no CT.
Salt कैसा left right हो गया रे?
Chegando muito base.
Oh, bro.
Procurando seu contato, King.
क्या हो गया? सब flash हो गए?
Pode tentar.
Mark, कसम क्या मारा भाई?
82, direita, nem smoke. 80 dos dois. Acho que não tem. 80.
1v1 क्या मारा shot?
Tem que vai, abre.
Smoke defuse.
You know, when they said they buffed initiators, I didn't think Fade was that good that from outside of the game, she could lights out all of us. I don't know what Ryder cooking here, but they're onto something.
Oh, no. Hopefully we get to Yeah, all right. We're gonna see what happens. Can only imagine it was a great touch from Neon. And it was down to the 20 HP.
All right, Ryan Games Arena. I need to see that energy for round you can see as well. Yeah, that is nasty.
Sato, he doesn't know. he thinks that we saw it. That's too funny.
There's a feeling about this already, though, that Fury
He's not back for 20 value scene.
Basics look good in some of these isolated moments.
मैं जब खेलूंगा थोड़ा बहुत
help कर दूंगा वैसा together in these late rounds.
दो नए players लाए.
That last round play at the beginning of the post plant when Lev chose to get very proactive, sync up that Hunter's Fury with the flash, with the push forward. It's those kind of extremely aggressive plays that a newer team like Furia might not have that in-the-moment chemistry team play ready to react to a play like that. And they do a decent job of it. Fortunate that Basic got that kill through the wall. Still not able to capitalize. Neon just too good with this operator.
चलो मुझे कॉलेज जाना 8 बजे डन
Has to be the best in the world right
कौन
now.
नए प्लेयर है एक रैप्टर और एक किड्यू करके.
Yeah, I mean, Rookie of the Year has been thrown around a little bit more than a little.
Zenny रह गई. Zenny नया स्ट्रिक्स है.
That pick on the A side drew Furia away, forced them to give up this C
नया
side.
स्ट्रिक्स नहीं बोल सकता. I think
so
better version.
Have flopped. Spike here revealed briefly, but able to get back to safety. Koala is inching his way onto the side.
Garage.
Neon chiming in with the up. In a matter of seconds, it all goes up in smoke. Levitan drag 4 players alive and kicking, jumping out of the round.
Mercy out,
Furia, man, they don't know whether to try to hold the sites, whether to play for a retake, and neither are working. Those moments where they're getting back in. Again, you were just seeing chemistry from Lev. The decision in the moment to all just fight together. It's the slide forward from Spike. Locking down Garage with the multiple players just swinging to delete Furia when they're running through that choke.
Gotta be a timeout here for Furia. Certainly feel like their grip on the game is being lost. And it's funny, like, we don't really consider these teams to be like representing countries or even necessarily fully representing LATAM at times. Right? This feels like less of a battle between countries than two South American orgs that are kind of arguing over which model of team building is best. But what got Levitan to this position is, remember, when they went to retool this roster, they really let out regional and academy talent, right? Sato, Glozine, Neon. Furia responded to adversity. Last year's adversity, but going super international. Like looking all around the world, bringing Canadians into the roster, just trying to see what they could make work. So who's got the better take? Because it feels like Furia now is leaning more towards their academy options. They really wanted to get Basic into the VCT. He sat on the bench for a year to wait for his opportunity.
Yeah, just a few days off from the last time he played an official last year in July. He was one of the rookies that was promised then. And yeah, he has looked okay so far. He's had a couple moments, but can't get super involved. There's the op. There's Koala Noob doing what he does best. That is what he's known for.
This round's not going to slow down. There's already pressure being applied over towards Garage, enough to force Shy out. But he is going to be satisfied at least with that information. TP across to C also for Basic. He wants to be in position in advance.
Oh my god,
he refights the angle and Neon's not going to get away with that.
That is so sick. Switching to get the other op out. The quicker pull-out time for that. Oh my god, the awareness, the speed on the shots.
Double op setup.
And look at where these eliminations have occurred for Furia. In the most bizarre positions. A walkout of B. A player getting punished spawn side. Crosshairs over towards that Garage. And now Lev have just pulled out of those parts of the map entirely. And they have fully allowed Furia to fall on the sword and just commit themselves to C.
Lev just really showed that awareness that when we take space on this one side of the map, we have Neon pushed
आ
up,
जाओ
taking
आ
the
जाओ
fight.
ए
It's
शॉट
going
खाली
to
है लॉन्ग
encourage
क्लियर
someone
करके आ
from
जाओ
Furia
रिकन
elsewhere
विकन
to
मारना मारो जो
try to
करना
take
करो आ जाओ
space,
चलो चलो
try to
चलो
take
एक
a
ब्लाइंड दे
fight,
दो
try
चाहिए
to
तो
even
क्लोज
things
के
up,
लिए
and it's just a
चेक कर लिया चलो
cascading
चलो चलो
effect
चलो
of losing players that's going to result in a free round here for Leviathan, free A site, and an opportunity to just get more orbs for
ए
soccer.
थैंक यू फॉर द कुछ दिया मेरे को गुड
And you know, the last time these two teams played, it was actually a game that was headlined by the callers. Artisan
Real Venka नहीं है वो
hugely. Both had like upwards of 50 frags.
Love that from the observers.
Yep. We're going to go see what the neighbors are up to.
It's about
apparently.
to land on Summit.
And the question is now, can Artisan maintain that performance that we saw while calling from a duelist position? Because it does feel like when things need to change on this Furia squad, or any team Artisan's been a part of, the onus kind of falls on him.
भाई कौला भी कब से
to
ना
be the
सीन
one to
में
actually
अभी भी
enable it,
मारता है बे
to
वैसे
change roles.
हाँ
Heading into this game,
Huh?
that is a battle you want to see right there.
कब से देखने मिला डिजाइनिंग मैचेस प्रीमियर ही खेलेंगे वो लोग आज शाम को
Koala Noob versus Neon.
कोई स्ट्रीम
Gets
करेगा
with
नहीं
that one,
करेगा वो
but,
सब
I
आइडिया
mean,
नहीं है लेकिन
listen, Neon went for a little bit of a crazy one, but I respect it. They have a ton
all
of money.
good ones भाई
That was a sick way to open this up, though. Unfortunately, just not enough. Neon has consistently been able to find gaps on that garage and C side of the map. You know, whether it be that kill that allowed them to get ahead in the bonus round early or a round like that, just exploiting open lanes and positioning himself so well.
bye.
Once again, Lev start the round with that heavy lobby presence. No contact, though, being taken by Koala Noob, despite himself still carrying this op.
There.
Was hoping for an opportunity on the garage side of the map, one that just doesn't present itself.
Furia have the read on this situation with 3 players over on this A side to deny the hit. Molly, further delay.
Sato runs up through the molly, eventually brought down by Basic. Spike through into the back of the side. Good little adjustment here for Furia to get out of his line of sight, but there's a crossfire set up! And Furia get thrown into the meat grinder. That's just gross.
Oh my god!
Bro, hello?
Just swinging him on skates.
ये
Oh
क्या
my,
है?
they can just do no wrong.
Generally thought we were coming into a competitive match, not us trying to appease the volcano god with sacrifices in order to secure a good harvest in the next year.
एक सेकंड ये एक इंसान ने मेरे को इतना टाइम पहले ही सब्सक्राइब किया है हाँ ऐड दे दो भाई उसको हाँ कसम
The kills that they can get, the impact that they can have, just straight up fragging with the chamber. You got the best Phoenix right now on Phoenix. Spike is on Neon, his agent. How can you stop these guys here?
Tentative this time.
Riya
was a long bit of
Riya को hide दिया
round carbon copied from some of the previous ones, and that's the swing timing. Are you able to get his? But it's a 2-for-1. Koala Noob, though, finds an opportunity to come back, but it always seems to be traded. Still, it leaves us at player parity with a spike that's loose.
पकड़ा जाएगा
Damage not going to be enough here for Furia. Money is irrelevant. They need a round wins.
My
the ultimate off the back of that shot could be enough to get it done. How do these Furia players position themselves, trying to link up towards long?
It's Neon at 11-3.
Plant?
Masters London MVP front runner for Rookie of the Year. Many have already crowned him. Is he going to be ready for this main presence? Okay, perhaps not quite prepared for that timing. Great kill from Shy on the backstab into a neural theft. And ultimately locks up the round.
Not even a full buy for Furia. Just making the most of the pistols that they have, the sheriffs that they have. All over that ult does such a great job over towards long.
Close था.
The same idea that you've been teasing.
Come on!
Furia players trying to take space when they see these extensions from the attack side. This time, Koala Noob isn't punished by someone hiding in a corner right next to him.
All set up.
With that win on the eco, economy in a great place for Furia. They get that full buy. It's back to the Odin, back to the operator. Pacey from LEV towards this A side. Do they want to extend that pace into the execute though?
Leviathan aware that Fury have tried to make use of this push down sewer for a late backstab on that A main presence. Ready for it! Again, a weapon switch! Artisan going to feel pretty short-changed by that exchange. There's a wall at the back of the site, and Basic is caught inside of Molly. Welcome to VCT.
He doesn't know where to look, where to go.
Full molly भी हो रहा है, salt भी हो रहा है, blind भी हो रहा है, भाई क्या करेगा वो बंदा?
Speed to the headhunter is just insane.
I mean, we've seen that sort of switch speed used more than once by the chamber. You're not quite able to trace that chalk outline. And now, Furia are in a bind. Trying to get onto this A side is hard at the best of times. Leviathan want to try and push off of it, but it's very much a solo endeavor there from Sato. And again, Koala's able to vulture a kill in jump time. But the prospects of an actual round win here for Furia are all but extinguished.
He's gotten plenty of op kills, but unfortunately, only one of them was actually catching someone early in a round. He just hasn't been in the right spots. That time over towards C, watching Garage. There's just no hope of him getting seriously involved in a round there.
Oh, man. 1 year kar the best. Kar sakte hai.
Such a critical moment for Artsin to lose out on.
Oh yeah, Basic, you're right.
Kar sakte hai.
Hannes Fury pressured him. He falls back into a molly. Suffice to say,
इतना कुछ है बोलने को. वो दिया ना, वो बीवर वाले को दिया ना. हाँ भाई, इतना याद रखना, मेरा जो आइडल है, मैं अभी 33 का हूँ, मेरा जो आइडल है मॉर्टल भाई, ओपी, जेन्युइन, दिल से साफ, सबका ख्याल रखना वाला बंदा है, बस. ठीक है?
Winning games like this is exactly how you get there.
It's this kind of win, this kind of performance that is going to inspire so much confidence in the fans in LEV to be a team that could, listen, we love to always tease and talk about eras or a dynasty or something like that, but they genuinely do feel like a team that could work themselves into that space.
It doesn't feel like it was just a favorable meta that gave them that win in London.
नहीं, अभी कम लोग आएंगे, कम लोग आएंगे.
Like this team has
अभी कोई पिकाचू देखा सीधा हेड दे दो.
Agnostic
नहीं चाहिए इसलिए.
of where the game is at. When we want to build a legacy era dynasty, you got to do it with wins like these. You got to stack them together.
Hear that drop from the Phoenix and see if they can't catch a kill towards Garage.
Despite being unaware, you just got a chunk of damage there on Spike.
He was just so good for this Furia team in that stage 1. I was genuinely blown away by his performance, what he was adding to the team in terms of communication when he would do the listen-ins, excuse me. He was just...
कुछ दिन के लिए ठीक हो जाएगा.
And he's in a good position to impact this round even more than he has. Artisan going to try and fight into the B side, but it's a little bit early. Neon canters up the corner, rendezvous away. Cybercage here, obscuring vision. Shire playing from behind it, doing that quick trigger timing off the tripwire. Lets him get a kill off the back of it. EU, you think he'd be under pressure. King digs him out eventually, but this is Fury we've been wanting to see. Fighting tooth and nail for that C side.
The Phoenix all being used into B from Artsin. That just kind of forced Lev's hand. They want to get into that C side while it's going off, but you have Shy, and you have a little bit of a variation from Furia here in regard to just wanting to lock down this site and have the personnel to accomplish that. They've got the trip still set up, cages to play around. The Odin spam coming through, finally getting themselves in a position on C that's winnable. Is it just too little too late at this point, though? LEV have an opportunity to get 10 on the board. Or can Furia get into a decent position with 3? Koal Noob, he's in the right spot with this operator.
It's very early too.
Why don't you put some light using constructive criticism on the matter? Constructive criticism. Easy.
Towards short, Basic does a great job supporting his teammate. You have EU getting into heaven to control towards long. Again, just spamming with that Odin in the right position, much like he did on the last round towards C. He's crucial in being able to hold these sites. And Furia able to string a couple together, starting to see some quicker decision-making, some fast teamwork, players supporting each other well.
Project is fun.
And maybe if they can get a pistol round on this second half, they could get something going.
Absolutely, so, and again, all those 5 losses we've had up until this point could well evaporate with a big win here. And this looks a bit more composed from Furia in this round. This definitely forces the issue. Blozine very much taking a solo 1v3 up on that site.
Say a lot of things.
Didn't feel like he had any other option. And so, we head into this first half. 9 rounds for Leviathan. Looks imposing. But a pistol round, we will have Furia right back in this game. We'll see how it goes down after this.
Best.
Yep, that's me. You're probably
Thank you.
wondering
Yay!
It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup, and wow,
Back to
thousands
kick chat.
of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
No, I'm
Hey, Jill,
with
this is
amazing scenes.
Listen.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch-side access.
Are you? David Beckham. A Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for
तुमने
Verizon
multi on किया था
customers.
ना?
No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
पीछे वाला एसिडल बोर्ड थोड़ा और पास रख दो। तो 40 मेरी जान के बेटे भूल जाते लोग लग रहा है।
For LEV, you guys crowned yourself champions in London. You crowned your IGL
अभी किक पे आ गया, let's go। अभी सुनो वहाँ के मॉड्स जिसका लेवल कम है और जो नया आईडी और जो बकचोदी कर रहे हैं, समझ रहे हो? इजी वे ये 20-25 लेवल जो दिख रहा है ना सब, वो लोग मतलब पुराने। हाँ, बड़े सिस्टम है। चलो बच गए। आई थिंक 23 लेवल के बाद से कंसीडर कर सकते हैं। लव यू ब्रो, लव यू टू मेरी जान।
So it does take about 8 rounds for Furia to find their feet, but a foothold at least they've constructed for themselves heading into this second half on Haven.
हंसी तो फंसी कैसा पटेल भाई, थैंक फॉर द $2 मेरे जान बेटे। वर्ल्ड कप के लगे 2 बार खत्म कर दे रहे, कितने बार खेला?
Much as he was in stage 1.
गुड नाइट मनोज बाजी, थैंक यू।
The real hallmark for me of this Furia team
मैं किस लेवल का उधर
coming into this year, and we saw it for that first half of stage 1 as well, is that it always seemed to me they had this inherent chemistry. The team really was the island of misfit toys. Players from across the world that couldn't find a home, yet they came together and it was working.
For no reason, that was great.
We started to see flashes of that on the last couple rounds of this half. The way the players were supporting each other, anchoring those sites, really entrenched. But can that carry over?
LEV here, of course, moving over to the defense side. Neon wants this.
मेंबर्स तो तगड़ दल लेने होंगे ना, मैं जाओ किक पे जा मेंबर्स
Which you can always fall back off.
देख लूंगा, ज़्यादा चैट
the trademark. And there's some touch and go here for Fury as they make their way towards Garage. So likely a bit of biff on that part of the map. They might just try and overload this. Here's the pressure. Okay, well, Nova Pulse was going to be there anyway, but Spike's able to take the head clean off Koal Noob's shoulders. And as quick as it started, Fury are forced to go elsewhere.
EU was slowed down as Furia are just trying to deal with Neon. They can't do it. Oh my god, he had the opportunity.
All right, EU patient. Sees the drift out there, but Arzine is brought down, blows in.
भाई बंदा TP
From
ही
heaven
नहीं
side,
मार रहा है
shut down that
भाई.
A probe. Or at least most of it.
Heavy gap है.
It's the foothold inside B though that now Fury are leaning into.
30
seconds left.
Heavy gap है लेकिन
Will
Neon
be the
देख क्या
fulcrum
देख रहा
point
है.
here.
Neon देख क्या
Into the
देख रहा
back of the
है.
side.
अरे BC super chat.
Just wants to catch one of these
क्या
rotators
लेगा मैं देखा
so
नहीं.
badly. He's so patient, waiting for them to get baited in by the tap sound, and he's able to get that first.
There's just no trade there. Blozine not in a position to intervene until now, and he's going to be traded out by Basic. He's down to 3, and there's the slide from Spike. It's up to Shy,
और उसने देख लिया.
who after all these years has come home
देखा उसने.
to see his old house has more than just a new coat of
Blue
paint,
भाई
apparently.
भाई क्या प्यारा कर रहे हैं LEV.
It's old versus new, then and now as Neon shuts him down.
Shy just forced to go for it because of the spike position, and Lev don't even try to stick it there, just ready to
99%
fight
jump
in
clear
together
करके
and
मानोगे नहीं.
worry about that spike later.
Pure के
EU just
1% भाई.
absolutely trying his best to put his team in a winnable position, finds that B pick, tries to get entrenched back sight, catch one of the rotators into sight. When that spike is being planted, it's just not enough though. Furia find themselves quite disconnected from each other in that mid-round and trying to put the puzzle pieces back together that
Thank you
late.
for always cheering. My
It's
mode
just
of
such a
the is
difficult
love you very
task. They're not
today.
able to, get it over the line, and not even going to force here.
But the loss of that pistol does mean that the buffer virtually evaporates for this Furia team. Now they've got to see what they can get. Full save in this round. Sato's going to be forced out of that garage position, and very quickly they're going to make sure there's a foothold in C, so they don't have to retake through the backside smoke. It's a bit of a stack here. A double face could undo this garage play. But Shy at least is able to trade through. Fury are being black and blue though. They're bleeding out here. Spike in hand, yes, but Garage is about to be re-cleared. Short up, it's Neon, saunters across. Sees Basic on his last legs, being forced to turn tail and run. For a time.
Trades were horrible from Furia towards Garage, but they can't recover the guns. They're deep in the sea. There's one thing I want to highlight from that round, though. Again, it's a moment of discipline.
World Cup final जीतेगा, please love you. नहीं, Argentina जीतने वाला है.
They're dominating. They're up against all classics. But Sato starts
मेरे को नहीं मालूम था.
He has the Guardian close range. He doesn't even want to play around with that situation. He just gets his way back into the C site to support King in the best way possible. He was pushed into long with that judge.
And they set up a double swing on the Garage push. And smash it.
There's just no ego. Playing as a team, even when they're in this dominant position.
Arzine shocked down to 41 after being pinged in that corner. It's going to be hard to hit that A side with confidence now after that exchange. Leviathan again, leaving the rest of the map well enough alone.
Drone करेंगे क्या? Drone तो नहीं कर सकते.
In the first half, it was a buy just like this from Lev, where they were able to win that third round. It was share of headshots ringing out.
You're kidding me. Going back for that is a little unhinged.
हो गया, मेरा हो गया. ठीक है भाई.
So he's going to be gifted away in this round for Furia. Blozine might find himself in a position he cannot extract himself from. Is it more than a one and done though? We're about to find out. Off angle taken, good for one. Where's the backup? There is none, and it doesn't seem to matter. Blozine, not just up 2 kills.
That's just completely outrageous.
Look how quickly Sato's getting to the side. He wants to fight for this smoke here, but I think Spike's just going to plate through it, and he takes the frag. Sato down, EU now. He's hoping for the Neon to still be there.
Spike, low HP, just slips out. And it's creating a situation where they might be too focused on him. What is Spike going to do? And all the while, King is just slow and silent on this rotation.
As long as he doesn't play his hand here. Diligently checking all of the likely spots, and now he's narrowed it down to hell. Oh yeah, he knows. There's an overpulse coming through. Follow up. It's going to have to be King to do it all. And Basic says no. He'll take 4 frags from this round. Keep a pulse in Furia's veins.
Stunning round from Basic on his debut. Keeps Furia in the game. He's had a couple nice moments. This one, the highest impact. Stunned up as well here. No HP.
Nice! Basic! Let's go. Good shit, man.
They actually love better ke LEV. Na? Thank you for that red card, Karthik bhai. Thank you for that 250 jewels.
And again, it's that early A presence for Furia. This time, LEV though have left a little bit more than just Blozine in their wake.
Member okay BC, क्या scene?
Kuala not necessarily
तुम लोग
stuck.
tag करके बात करो
Gap
अगर
in the
हम लोग
blaze wall can be exploited. Neon not
tag
quite
करके
quick
समझो तो
enough
अगर
to
कोई
be
नया नया है
Yeah, that was a
और उसको समझ में नहीं आया
little sidestep from Koala that keeps him alive. Didn't swing out too far there. Nice job from the team to be able to extract him out of that position, pivot into this fast B execute.
Relay bolt is the answer from Spike. This is just to buy a bit of time. If nothing else, he's going to get out back through that molly. Blozine's dealt with Artazine already, but Kuala Noob is deep and entrenched in this side. Sato, though, fighting for it. He'll be knocked out of his ult.
Your friends are not my friends, Mr. Sana.
We take a beat here as Leviathan set up to surround this B side, and there's Neon. This time, he'll strike true.
The presence he has on the map with his operator is just suffocating to play against. Any angle you peek, you know you are in danger.
Yep. Timing not quite there for King, but he's able to extend into that elimination. So it's on EU, fully surrounded.
Oh my God. It's just disrespectful with the fast swap again. It's just illegal.
I mean, you have that
filthy, man.
You have an internal count for like what the weapon switch timing is going to be. That's not the first time that EU's been blasted by that fastest switch timing from Chamber.
Haters? I don't think haters hai.
And there's this decision in the mid round from Spike.
बहुत सारे लोग हैं.
Kind of keep entrenched, fight back in that site, give a nice relay ball to keep the attackers at bay, to keep backside control, and then you have Sato running in with the ult. LEV are just so quick to support each other. It's that instant decision. We're flooding, we're holding, we're fighting together, and Furia are just choked out front sight. They can't get any control of the space. Now they're on their last legs. LEV on the precipice of an absolutely dominant win on their return to the stage.
This Hell Drone has actually got Sato moving a fair bit in towards Garage side. He considered falling back to C. It might be a longer wrap. Shy, the kind of player that's tough to get the better of in scenarios like this, and Sato had the knives out. Still Spike seen in an unexpected spot. He's already managed to wrap around. He's going to be threatening C-Long in just a moment. Artfully developed blaze wall here for Artazine will let him sneak back towards spawn.
I love that wall. Just to get the additional position, set up a crossfire in the moment that's
Hi, 12-4 पे save कर रहे हैं.
Time in there for King could be a problem in terms of creating a backstab angle on C. But EU has been stalwart this round, waiting for the game to come to him.
Right now, Neon Shield the strongest player in VCT in terms of gunfire.
Really solid to exploit all of LEV's movements. Catching player after player to keep them alive.
Strongest अगर VCT terms में बात करो gunfire, strongest.
Leviathan really wanted to push out of Garage there. Sato being undone at this early stage of the round feels like it limited the defender's flexibility.
Yep.
And Spike did get one kill on that wrap through, but EU was well and truly ready.
अपन एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, टेंशन ना लो देवंश भाई, मेरे को मालूम है यार.
Economy still strong enough that
already
the operator is in the hands of Neon, who is just effortlessly ruling over this server.
Don't worry, ladly.
Into this B site, Furia want to increase the tempo on a Spike.
Okay, Spike here can buy some time with this relay bolt, just as he has before. Reaches for the overdrive and through the blaze wall. Kuala Noob with a shocking reception. And all of a sudden, that confident thrust towards B has been entirely shut down. LEV can read this tempo and slow things down as well.
Just in addition to the player presence, they throw out the wall from Astra. Getting into that B site, fully cooked. Fury are forced into a rotation.
functionally, this does reset the round. And there's an Aldrone here checking out, just making sure that no one's taken up from the attacker side in that site while the wall was up.
पंकु का सब वो ड्रीम फुलफिल करने का.
And there's a drift back towards B. This line's going to be watched by Spike. But he's forced off of it as well because of that recon. Shy gets in, flash out instantly. Spike's going to fight for it straight away. And Sada with the back of the side is definitely cooking something up here. Paranoia from Basic doesn't seem to have affected him, but the curveball certainly did. Neon at point blank range, though, was able to extract Artazina now to 2v2. Leviathan have to fight in a post-plant world. And Hunt's Fury comes out pretty early from EU.
He's got that ult ready to go. One shot would deal with Neon. Oh my god, he's closed the gap, but Basic is ready.
Basic's won a lot of these rounds for Fury from very low health positions. It was an early Hunter's Fury there, in fairness, for covering the post-plant from EU, but he can do it himself with the shock dart as well. Bozine sidesteps it, doesn't have the breathing room here.
But Neon
We'll take the frag on EU as a constellation. But Furia take another step back into this map.
LEV की jersey क्या sexy दिख रहे हैं, हालत
play
दिख
out
रहा
that 2v1 with a lot of necessary patience, ensuring that they get that round win, ensuring that they stay alive in this first map. Leviathan just have so many chances to close out the game, though. 6 opportunities.
80 run बोला था क्या मैंने?
This next round going to be one of the tougher ones. They're not able to put together a buy, but it goes without saying that this team is so dangerous no matter what weapons they have. Neon still has that headhunter. It's all out from Lev into the lobby. And Koala is caught by that util sync up trap play.
I feel her initial fight
with the limiting of player numbers, but total force in the game. The Leviathan Arsenal is a bit more powerful than it might seem.
पूरे मैच में वो भी.
Shy's been left as an insert and has to hope this dark cover continues to protect him from sight. It does. Leviathan are not convinced that sewer is clear.
Hey man, hello Nabil bhai. Thank you for the 17 months. How's you?
Contingency across the map.
मैसेज नहीं पढ़ रहे अब हर्षित भाई भी धोखा दे दी.
Wits about him. All right, there's Shy back in the site. Now Neural Theft here is going to reveal the plans for Leviathan. Give you some confidence, but look quickly at the back of the site. Go Leviathan, the slide on in from Spike that was cut short. Satu at point blank finds his share of frag.
Ball.
We're 2-on-2 right now as Basic takes some spray through that blaze wall and Blozine is able to get across.
Gun.
He gets an upgrade. Blaze wall's about to come down and Blozine
is
imagining a clutch moment from him, but again it's Basic the foil to Leviathan's late round plans.
Despite Lev being in control of this game the entire time, still feels like a solid debut for Basic. He's proving his worth in this game. He's closing out the important rounds.
I like
that acceleration that we saw from Lev as well. They know Shy's across the map. He just kills Neon on A. So they're in the 3v2 bad weaponry, but it's time to go. So much pressure on the 2 Furia players who are stuck in that site. Man disadvantage, but they make it work.
Deploying drone.
Much more passive A-side presence for Leviathan this round. Bozine would love to imply it's more than just him over there, but the Aldrone gets shot up pretty quickly. Sato coming in to reinforce this A-side now, try and get into the site, avert a post-plant scenario. Brought down by Kwanu, floating over the top. Bozine has to buy a bit of time. It looks like the Chamber's been able to get into the site. Neon is here. Bozine's brought down through the wall and Spike sliding in. Always good for one in spots like this, but from hell it gets a bit harder. And he secures that kill. Only 8 health left on the Neon. And now Leviathan are forced out of the site.
There's a retake attempt, a risk that Leviathan want to take right now. Furia are legitimately closing the gap. Is this a save in the 2 versus 3? Maybe just a moment where Lev are hoping to find that pick, that opening, and then go for it. If they can't, they'll just make their escape.
Head spotted there, but only a glimpse. King's able to find the frag, and all of a sudden, this might be on for young and old. King's thinking about it, that's for sure. Onto the site, Recon has to be shot though. Very, very low is King through that smoke. EU is full health, armed to the gills, and ready to give Furia their 8th round. King just doesn't have the time. And so into the crosshair, he walks.
आपको देखना तो बस love from it is love
EU steps up for the team again. Crucial trade kill into backside.
भाई ये तो close जा रहा है बे. Time out आएगा क्या
Clutches it out. He has just been that guy for Furia.
Kuala has to play first up in that round.
ऐसा नहीं लगा कि ये round पे लेव का था कि मैं अंधा हूँ.
Sato, who's belatedly shoring up that position.
Let's go, baby.
Taken down by the Bladestorm. That's the inroads there for Fury they make use of, and they have walked this game back to within 4 rounds.
ऐसा नहीं लग रहा सारे rounds लेव के थे.
That's the first time this game they're kind of making Lev sweat. They're forcing Owner to take a timeout. 4 opportunities Leviathan have to close this game out from here.
No.
Fury are beginning to deny these attempts of Lev to flood back into the site. They're effectively trading. Spike goes in, he gets his one, but EU is just right there to deal with him.
मेरे को जॉर्ड यूट्यूबर से मिला दिया. Love you, OP Krishna bhai. Love you, मेरी जान कोटे.
But doing his job. Often that solo player on an extremity.
For the win, Messi got
giving him forward Neural Theft, trying to at least get his. Going up against this Leviathan team and these new additions who helped take this team further than he ever could. I'm quite sure to start your re-entry to VCT Americas, taking a win over these upstarts would give you a spring in your step for the rest of the stage.
Messi.
Lev at the point with the loss bonus where they can just
into
these rifles.
A pretty determined util usage here at lobby forces Furia out entirely early.
इतना close actual में नहीं जाना था इतना close.
It's going to limit their options in the mid-round somewhat unless they re-clear that space pretty specifically.
हर round ऐसा लगा Lev का ही है.
Keep in mind, now that we're at this point in the game where Lev are just going to be buying into rifles, Neon, not enough cash for the AWP. He's going to be stuck on the rifle with lesser armor.
This might be a good read from Furia if there's an A-side re-hit, with the assumption that Lev have sort of pulled players off that side of the map.
अब ये लोग end नहीं करेंगे ना, ये लोग बस
Furia would
corner
have
clear
to
करने
spend
के लिए
until
मौली
we
नहीं
clear
है.
the space. Bluezin's confirmed that they are there. Now this is a scenario where Furia have managed to win rounds in this half on the A side. But they're being a bit slower about it this time. Into the smoke, and King is waiting. His old protege.
That's just an effort as well to make it seem like more pressure could be coming towards that garage side.
अब ये लोग defend कैसे? अगर ये लोग ने defend कर दिया ना,
tough site to retake, but Leviathan have the advantage. And they've got ults to get in as well. They can combo up, use that Hunter's Fury with the run it back.
वो लोग को heavy fight करना पड़ेगा close.
So far the game plan for Leviathan is just to contain this A side.
डाल दिया.
Nothing wagered, nothing gained. You've got to go for it at some point. You've already heard Hunter's Fury come out from Bluezine. Artisan got to be gunned down there. Sato knocked out of his ult. So just a 1-for-1, but this knocks Fury now down to 3 players, and with the overdrive coming into the side, Spike had to find a connection early. EU tries to respond with a Hunter's Fury, but this is going to be definitely sidestepped and leaves him all alone. In the last round of the map, it's Sato to claim the frag. Leviathan bringing more than just a message from London, perhaps a reckoning for the rest of their region, showing them a new level. And despite Furia fighting back into this map, it felt like Leviathan were in control for most of it.
An inevitability that they would win. It felt like that the entire time. The level of dominance that they had over Furia, but respect, they showed more than signs of life towards the end of that game. I think Basic had a solid debut on the stage. Almost a day since he has been on the bench with this Furia team, and he's made the most of his time so far on Haven despite the loss. EU obviously showing up for this team, but that's just never in doubt. Have they done enough to convince us that on their pick of Sunset they can take it to Lev, maybe take a map? The way they were playing might be possible.
Almost 4 years to the day since Shy's global debut with that Leviathan team way back then, and King since then has done great things with this roster. Can the Furia play spoiler? We'll find out as we head to a break and have our desk break down all the action from Haven.
इस मैच एक्चुअली बहुत क्लोज गया लेकिन फ्यूरिया ने अच्छा फाइट दिया. लेव लेकिन बहुत स्ट्रांग दिखी बे. हाँ जल्दी क्लोज नहीं करवाया लेकिन लेव बहुत स्ट्रांग दिखी फाइट लेने में. बहुत स्ट्रांग दिखी. बिकॉज ऑफ गेम प्ले इवेंट पता नहीं मेरे को. सालसा चाहिए? सालसा क्यों चाहिए? अभी मेरे को देखते हैं यहाँ पे कौन से गाने में कॉपीराइट बजता. एक कप चाहिए उसके बाद अपन पियेंगे. कप भाई मेरा बदन पूरा टाक टुक कर दिया बे. कप में कितने देर से जगह 10 बजे से लेके अभी 4.
Fue el primero, el segundo. ¡Guerrero! ¡Larga vida al rey! Já tá suspeitando, vamos ver na tela dele. Artzi!
It is a 13-8 on Lev's map pick of Haven and Owner. After you guys won London, you were ready to keep going, to go to Paris, and to keep competing, but you decided to take a break. So how does this break help the whole team reset and be ready for the stage 2?
I think that we are in a better place, considering that we have more energy that in the final in London. Maybe we start like training a little bit later than the other teams, but we are gonna catch up fast, you know. I think that we can play better than the first map, so every game is gonna be like an improvement, and I think it's gonna be fine.
Any spoilers for that Sunset to come?
Sunset? I think this map that fits us well. Of course, the rival don't have any information, but I think that our comp, you know, is good on that map, so I think it's gonna be fine.
Very excited to see it. Thank you so much.
And so are we, Dan. So are we. Of course, Leviathan managed to pick up the win there after Furia fought back quite a bit, picking up that victory 13-8 here. Of course, we want to know from you guys who you think the MVP is going to be of this matchup. Let us know. Who's your favorite? Really, it's just a popularity contest. That's just really what it boils down to.
Well,
you know?
I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, it's not really popularity contest.
Never mind. Actually, you're right about that one. I didn't look down for a minute there, Alexis. I didn't see the 71%. Oh, man, it looks like that Rookie of the Year segment's coming back and looking pretty good here. Ain't that right, folks? Now, let's talk about what we saw in that game, because one thing that stood out to us, Alexis, was just how much control Leviathan had. Yes, at the end of that game, we were starting to see Furia really begin to put together some rounds, but Lev, they just looked like they were in the driver's seat the entire time, especially in those post plants.
In the beginning, I feel like Lev was honestly getting onto empty sites. Once Furia took that first tack, they started even going into stacks, and they were still winning out the post plants and taking the site with such control. I mean, even here, Neon's in a 1v2 and playing against an Omen with smokes and still wins it out. I mean, you can't really ask for a better post plant than that.
It's important to note, like, I think every IGL has had this conversation with their team where it's like, the game doesn't end just when you get the bomb down.
Yeah.
It sounds so simple, but the game progresses. You still need to win the post plant. Nothing is for free. You could be in a 5v3 and you still need to make plans. And early in the half, LEV was doing that. They were following through.
Yeah, it felt like Leviathan, you know, we heard Coach Owner earlier talking about, like, yeah, they got a little bit of a break, took some time to get themselves back into the swing of things here. But I think what really helped in this instance, Mel, is that they were going to a map that, you know, is very good for them, tried and true, and they could do the thing that brought them to the dance to begin with on this map, and that's exactly why they picked up the 13-8 victory.
Yeah, I don't see really much changing for LEV. I mean, they called it in the interview. They said, yeah, we don't need to change too much. We're going to keep doing our formula. Won us Masters, right? So why not
just come here to like a stream from Big Love you.
Flying under the radar for the MVP vote here. I thought he was catching up with Neon towards the end there. Neon first half domination, but Spike was helping them close out the game when he was slipping away from them.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Alexis, you know, Neon, this is a guy who MVP of London, you know, lots to praise him for. But again, we just continue to talk about that consistency, and it's the fact that Neon is still doing it. It doesn't matter the circumstances or what players, new teams, doesn't matter. He's doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like his floor as a player is so high that it's hard for other players and other teams to kind of keep up with him. And I think as well, him and Spike had a really good flow, like Mel said. Like they were going back and forth. Neon would get the entry, they'd reset, Spike would enter onto the bomb site and get those frags for the team.
It's so annoying playing against a player like this because I feel like you can have the right call and it still doesn't matter because it feels like this guy has 2 op shots. I swear to God. He whiffs a shot on short against Artzine. It doesn't matter. He takes out his chamber dig and has like the most insane headshot percentage anyway.
Yeah, he'll get the shot. One way or another, he's going to get the shot. You know, he'll find the target. Kid is absolutely nasty, but of course, you know, they're going to need more than that, as we saw at the end of that game. I mean, look, they look good. Leviathan picked up the win, obviously, but we did see, Alexis, a Furia squad that was starting to get those rounds put together, exploit like some of those slight weaknesses that Leviathan were showing.
Yeah, I feel like Furia finally had the adjustment after their second tack timeout, which it felt a little bit too late. I think if they had that adjustment earlier on, it would have suited them a lot better. I think that at the end, LEV kind of got a little bit sloppy. I saw them taking a lot of one-on-ones, but I feel like for a lot of teams, once you get to that like 12th round, you start taking peeks and you're like, I just want this game to be over. And it kind of felt like that's what happened at the end.
Yeah, it's like, I really got to go to the bathroom. Can we finish this game, please? In any case, though, folks, let's see what's going on the other side here. Coach Shaw standing by with Dan ahead of map 2.
We did get the chance to talk about the new additions for Furia, but Shaw, we didn't really get the chance to talk about the roles. So tell me a little bit about, with the addition of these flexible players, how do you come down to who's going to be playing the Phoenix, who's going to be playing the Duelist, as we saw Artzine playing the Phoenix on this first map?
Excuse me. I will be testing these positions because for some maps, I think Basic can be the second Duelist, but for some maps, we missed this communication and Art, he can improve more for us in this part. And it's a big test for us, this stage, because we need to understand if Basic can communicate and put his ideas inside the game.
Well, good things take time, so good luck to every map too.
And look, they're going to need to put together some of these ideas going into Sunset. This is their pick, so that does tell you that this had to have been one of the maps that they had, you know, conjured up, Mel, some kind of plan to get ready for this map, or at least that's one would hope.
And with that interview kind of setting the backdrop for Sunset, I mean, we're obviously going to see LEV, but from Furia, I'm kind of hoping to see Basic enter that second Duelist because you said on some maps he does, and I'm really hoping this Artzine kind of experiment is just in the short term, like it's a band-aid fix, because I really want to see Basic on that second Duelist and not your IGL.
Yeah, I mean, Alexis, one thing that immediately stood out to us was when you sign a new player onto a team, you need them to, you know, those 1v1s, 1v2 situations to find those kills, find those round wins. He was doing that. So if anything, I'd say, like, checkbox done. Basic is certainly doing exactly what you would hope a new player would do on that stage.
Like I said earlier, his mechanics, like his baseline mechanics are so incredible. He can play anything that he needs to. I wonder if the reasoning for putting him on Omen instead of the Duelist is maybe he's just an incredible mid-rounder. Like maybe he has so many mid-round comms and ideas that Artzine can kind of take the backseat. He'll take over the pre-round and Basic takes over the mid-round. Maybe there's something in the comms that we're not seeing that would
people will speak.
Yeah, look, the name of the game is flexibility. All these players, all these teams needing to just think of new ideas. But folks, we're going to see what that composition will look like on the other side of the break. We'll catch you in just a little bit. Uber Wyatt, we'll see you then.
यार पर क्यों मेंबर्स ओनली चैट कुछ हुआ है क्या? खतरनाक डीपी वाले लोग आ रहे हैं, सह नहीं पा रहा हूँ मैं।
Drop.
Haven started off maybe in a way that many people expected, with Leviathan frankly just being dominant. They got out to that 8-0 lead.
मैं उसका हाइट कम करके नीचे कुछ डब्बा रखा है उसने.
Things started to click a bit for Furia. They get 3 rounds at the end of that first half. Yeah, it's still a struggle, but hey, they were on the defense side. See them switch sides, and yeah, a lot of the same elements that were giving them value earlier.
Body is made of sand.
Basic looked really good in his debut. EU still looked to be the guy on this team. And frankly, Artazine looked reasonably good in the Phoenix role. A big switch up for him, at least from what we've seen in the past. But as we head to Sunset, this is a map that traditionally has been unbelievable for Neon.
LEV.
Do Furia have a Neon player? Because you sure as hell know Leviathan do, and will.
On paper, they don't have someone that is a hard Neon main. The closest is
Artazin, and he is going to be on open.
The controller role that was discussed by Shaw in the offseason when they made these moves, that he wants to be on controller so he can be their IGL. The real shock is the deadlock. Double Sentinel with the deadlock starting on attack. This is a rare look. Leviathan, I don't think there's a whole lot to say about it. It's kind of what you would assume they would play. Maybe Sato would be on Raze because it's a good Raze map too. But it works for Phoenix, and he is the best Phoenix in the world right now. So just keep it running. We have everyone on LEV on our comfort roll ready to run around and shoot everybody.
So now we know that on the maps where Furia want the double duelist, it's Artazine. Now, moving over towards the controller, which is something that you would have found in an interview if you'd sort of poked around in the last week or so, that this was kind of the plan for Artazine.
So starting as a duelist, then as a Sentinel on VCT, now it tastes good. Starting में बहुत गंदा लगता है, बहुत गंदा.
Nothing happened.
This is what I'm saying. And then when he actually wins something big, he's just stun mullet.
Man standing.
Yeah, man standing.
Let's see if this Furia comp is hard-hitting enough on attack to not just get into these sites, but playing against the LEV team that's going to flood to brawl with them backside. If they have the comp able to do that, lacking a second duelist.
I'm going to beat this storyline to death, Wyatt. Shy was the one that helped write Leviathan's first international chapter. He put this team on the map. And now his opposite players who are writing their greatest chapter. He's coming back to see them after so long with this infusion of young talent and going, man, why couldn't I do that with King, with this roster?
It's a Leviathan team that are, feels like maybe just at the beginning of the legacy that they're creating. This is just their first match coming back from that London win, first match of America's Stage 1, and they're off to a great start.
Yeah, we acknowledge that they've sort of made that big first step with a big statement, but it's the volume of victories and results that they have to amass to turn this into an era, as people are using. I use air quotes. Furia, no, they're not even close to that point. They're trying to give themselves a foundation, a starting point, an identity.
Moving away from a team, a roster that was working, that they found success with. It's a bold move. Is it actually going to pay off for them?
I'm out of here.
First contact, the spike off the line, and oh, a grab net. The follow-up is there as well. Beautifully done, a nice little set piece. It's going to get Furia off to the races on this B side.
30 seconds left.
That is so sick. King is trying to retain some control of backside. A lit up spike is going to try to get into the mix if he can.
I like this idea, first mover's advantage, picking up that Sunset as soon as it comes back in the pool, try and make it your own. Now I'm interested for more of what Furia have on this attack side. Against a team known for their sheer volume of set plays, they fight Leviathan off. And they'll take this pistol.
Map 3 ke
Pretty simple way to
de.
open the game.
I'm about it. You know,
and seen the deadlock value straight away.
I want to call your memory back to the Challengers trenches of 2024, when we were seeing deadlock comps against these Neon setups to really stop them in their tracks. You see it on Bind all the time. TSM, M80 teams are really trying to work this deadlock into their comps. She has the insane level of stopping power that will matter against a team like Leviathan who wants to move with that pace.
Speaking of that pace, they're going to get right into this B main fight, try to get an orb in the hands of Sato. They are relentless right now.
Not much value in pushing any further, but Shy was able to extract a kill. That's spiked down. Fury realized they can still go for this. Leviathan took a ton of damage in that exchange. So much spam. Bozine and Sato down to some really low health, and Blows is just, a little push, and he's in the abyss.
What a great call from Furia, though. Just understanding that it might be time to go for the pure, silent contact and re-walk in. They get all of that space for free. It's vacated by LEV after the early aggression.
Full support everywhere.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. That's where the deadlock really shines. It's kind of funny that the first example of her is super effective for getting into the site and getting kills. Because typically that's one of the harder parts of using her kit on the hack. It's when you get into that post plant, you get the wall up, you get the sonic sensors up. That's when things can get really frustrating to deal with her. We're going to see LEV, I mean, with this comp, they'd be flooding in to fight back sites anyway. But against the deadlock, you definitely don't want to give her ample time to get that util down.
And normally...
Wow, that's so good, guy.
What? No!
Yeah!
Oh, I mean, the holy disaster that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah!
Okay, that is certainly going to burn a hole in your pocket. Here's that early exchange. A lot of spam early. Blows was down to 7 at that point. Basic just cleaning up. Just imagine. Society would be a utopia if you took 3 guns out of that round. Even just 1.
It's all good. They've still got enough to get the buy going. No worries. Fast towards A. Recon gonna play up blows. This early elbow control and maybe just push the pace further. But if they do, Leviathan have been able to get that quick rotate, and the desire to refight has Spike meeting his end.
Yeah, Santo not able to play off him adequately at all, and Basic's going to pick him off here. It's Fury that hit the ones dictating the pace, and the execution is about as clean as it gets. So this is a very early annihilation.
In the midst of all of that, gets the annihilation, gets the wall down towards Link. No one can rotate into help. No one is going to be able to free blows from the cocoon. Lev tried to push the pace there, but it works completely against them. As Furia just have the numbers, and they're ready to face in elbow.
Alexis is saying earlier on the desk, she's surprised that both Summit and Sunset get through the first round of bans. She speculates that one or both of these teams must be working on those maps actively. I think we know who's been applying themselves on Sunset in the break. Some good looks for Furia, and 2 very varied approaches to these last couple of rounds.
Honestly, heading into this game, I expect it to be a really good map for Leviathan as well. They have like the exact personnel
feels tailor-made for them
to play this. Yeah.
Leaves a bit to be desired, I think.
Thank you for the 350 juice for I love you, today. Finger bolte heart.
That is Basic, the flex player that they were touting him as coming into this roster.
भाई पता नहीं मेरे को एकदम ऐसा positivity feel हो रहा है
aspect of the roster that needed fixing. They needed someone that could move to a lot of different agents.
Subtext is that they couldn't abuse the Neon Judge anymore and needed a bit of a different fit.
And as the meta stands, yeah, it feels like not having a hard Neon player, you might be at a deficit. But our Furia just going to be able to put comps together, strategies together that are so effective without it, it won't matter for them.
Double Sentinel comp means you're pretty we're seeing a lot of this slow, silent walk up from Furia trying to play behind that top mid smoke. They're going to be leaning on Artisan to take space, as opposed to fast hops with those flashes that they don't have.
नए आईडी वाले ना आए
And this the raise for Kuala Noob, I would say historically, we would label that as the second best duelist. Has a lot of reps on it throughout the past several years. One of the players that has just been grinding for what feels like forever. Through challengers, playing in EU with
जिस तरह VCT में neon use हो रही है, लग रहा है और nerf होएगा.
The team really trusts him. They really want to put him in position to be the linchpin of this squad.
Neon's going to have to settle for just some damage here. The C's is great for buying time.
Neon
and Bozzy was supposed to be the benefactor of that stall, but he actually gets taken down by Eve as soon as he gets up on the short on his Artazine onto the side. With the spring in his steps, able to take the first, but Spike's will fight backside and he will fight them all.
Bro, agar Spike
just two for him as he exits.
That time was more than narrow for Furia, but they're able to get it down regardless. Spike had gotten that transfer, probably would have been round done. The basic is able to deal with him. And now it's on Furia to close this out. Man advantage. That paranoia is good, but EU is right there for the swing, and there's far too many angles for Sato to watch. As Furia are able to pounce on that opportunity. Multi-swing, putting an end to that round. Any effort that Lev had to be able to capitalize on a lower buy there. They got close, but just wasn't enough.
Certainly wonder if we're heading in towards timeout territory here for Onuru. We didn't see one called until the second half of Haven. But Levitan are the kind of team I watch pretty closely coming out of those breaks because their sort of ability to lean on a lot of set plays.
We're looking at a round where Furia can seriously build on this momentum. They have to deal with Neon's operator, but that's on the opposite side of the map. They are just ready for this straight up B execute.
A lot of deployables here already. Aldrone. Bombardie gets out on the side. Sato readying a flash here. Artazine trying to space this smoke correctly, but Sato gets in and then gets on out. Spike's been lost though. He's a runner back to refight for this space, and this is a great answer to the Phoenix. Sato has to bring the wall down, flash forward, try and find something before his time is up. And he can't get much done.
I love that patience on display from Furia. They get through that choke point. Kind of bogged down for a moment. There's that paranoia from King, a bit of stall utility in the choke. But they play it patiently. They're able to deal with the Lev players that are attempting to flood back in. They don't overplay their hand.
Leon gets his. A jubilant roar from the Furia side of the stage as the Panthers have been flawless so far. And you know that normally the response
आपकी शक्ल अपनी बंदी से ज़्यादा देखता हूँ आजकल मैं.
Try and play ahead of the control util. But we saw them try and play some defensive pops that actually got shut down by Furia, having good crossfires and being ready to fight for that space.
Furia are just aware of the Lev game plan, what they're going to have to do against this deadlock, and what they'd be doing anyway with this comp, getting so aggro on defense, flooding into the backsites and fighting. So there is no rush from Furia. They are just slowly making their way through that choke, throwing that wall down towards market, and patiently waiting for the Lev players to expose themselves. And they're just ready on those angles together to deal with anyone that is swinging out on them. They've been able to accomplish multiple good site exits off the back of that. It's got them in a commanding lead. And you're just looking at Basic at the top of the board right now, 9-2. It's supposed to be a star rookie player from Brazil last year, making his debut with Furia Stage 2. Visa issues, could just never play. And that other crop of talent were able to. Spike coming up last year at the same time. Sato joining up in Stage 2, right? And Basic is just on the bench, just waiting.
And after a year of waiting, the hype around him certainly fizzled out, right? There were other players, rookies coming into VCT, and infusion of them this year that kind of stole the spotlight. So Basic comes in later than he'd hoped. After the sort of expiration period of the hype around this new prospect had sort of, come into effect, but he is out there generating his own hype for himself today.
Out of this timeout, Lev make an effort to get Spike this ult so they can put together a reasonable buy here while ensuring that they have enough cash for the rest, ensuring that Neon can get that operator crucially.
Cover going out.
But here's the approach from Leviathan. Again, it's just to give mid entirely. But try not be shut off of either of these sites early, though. EU going to make great use of the space he's been afforded. Just posts up there with a line towards top mid, pulling another player off B.
Yeah, EU, one of the guys, hates to see those outlaw nerfs coming. He was abusing that gun crazy in kickoff in stage 1. Fury are really one of the teams, I feel like this whole year, that were most heavily interested in abusing all of the annoying guns, the neon judge, constant outlaws, heavily playing into whatever was meta at the time, but now having to completely subvert that expectation because of the roster moves that they've made. They have to get a little bit more inventive. It's working out right now. Can they deal with Neon posted on this close angle as the time is getting low? 20 seconds to get into this site and get that spike down.
That's pretty perfect. Neon's able to get off the line. Well, the Owl drone was an issue for him. Now trying to fight back into the site. Leviathan, no, they can't just leave this over to a retake, but it could be tough. There's a foothold now at the back of the site. EU going to be traded out there by Brozine, who is there in time. And now Nightfall is going to be deployed. This likely will force at least basic off. There's a cocoon that needs to be shot. Sato is in trouble, and Brozine allows him to be devoured by Shelob, apparently.
That annihilation, perfect. The cam from Shy just keeping blows occupied.
Can't ask for much more than that for Furia. Land the plane perfectly in the round. Another great deadlock off.
How impactful has this util been from basic? Every execute, watching the wall get value. Both annihilations have resulted in a kill in a very important moment as well. Not just a throwaway ult. Significant in the rounds that they've been used.
6-0,
6 rounds to the good. Spins a very different tale for Fury than what we saw on Haven. Fruits of their labor, perhaps in the break, coming to the fore now. Balls in Leviathan's court to make the difference. Okay, grab that, catch the spike, but it's a trade. Sato able to get something done. Let's listen into Furia now as they push on towards his A side. Starts to crumble.
Oh, so alt dodge करके उसने मारा भाई.
Phoenix is low. Nice, both there. We have V, Shy. We have bomb.
It's pushing you.
Yeah, you guys got B. They're one off Phoenix. Nice, Dan.
God. Just hold, bro, okay? Just hold.
He's running. He's pushing Dan,
Vai ter que ajudar ele.
Off mic. Can
you hold my bottom mid?
Yeah, I got top mid. He's pushing you, 100%?
Yeah,
he was on him,
hold bottom mid.
I called him tight for you.
Out in the corner.
Spike down mid.
I hit him 80. He might have healed though.
Yeah, I think he did.
Hit.
No, take my flash.
Good shit, bro!
Oh, I need to.
And that is the closest that Leviathan have come to taking a round here. Sato would have had to ace to get there. But Shy is able to deliver.
Shy, one of those players throughout his career that I always looked at as excellent in the late rounds. So reliable, those years that he was on crew, where you would have Kesnet opening up rounds, and then you would wait for Shy to be able to close them out. It was shocking to so many people that despite being one of the historical best players from LATAM, he couldn't find a spot on any team at the beginning of this year. One of the best free agents that has just been waiting around. Again, it's the set play. Waldoop is in and Sato is caught. It's outrageous. The teleport behind Martin at the same time.
What a mess this round has been. Leviathan still with 3 up, but a lot to work through now.
Bro,
TP coming across Waldoop, realizing that was a bit of fake, and it's Neon's tour de force that chimes in. This time takes Shy off the board and through the boxes, Arzine. Riddled with shrapnel. We're in a post plant though. Leviathan have a lot to put together with 3 low health players. And a timing that for Neon didn't quite connect. The shot though is still good. It leaves it all on EU. Surrounded, but with some breathing room and a chance to fall back here towards the alley side. Some damage on Spike could be finished off here with a shock dart. Oh, Spike not falling back far enough. All this util still at EU's disposal. He can even recon the site. Get that info now, has to fight King, is still a wrap around the corner. EU can do this, but time is of the essence. Neon's forced to get off the defuser, and EU keeps him busy, catnipping him off of the objective.
EU in prime form today.
Back to back
Furia clutches keep Lev at 0 on Sunset. And back to back, Furia open the round with this crazy little set piece. Early on the A side with the net going through, The paranoia, Koala this time the double satchel and the showstopper. Mental round opening. And Furia have the closers on this roster.
भाई कितना बढ़िया खेल रहा है Furia. Hello.
Powered by Red Bull, brought to you by Sober Util and Ice Cold Nerves. Kind of sick to have all your kit in that last moment, I will say.
इतना close है तो stick कैसे करेगा रे?
Furia is still that guy, man.
They waste no time pressuring Market. But Spike with full
ये fight
confidence
अच्छा है.
wants to put the team on his back. Finds that opener.
Now Leviathan still don't have a real mid presence. Still don't want to risk moving into that tiles position or moving into that sight line. There's a contact opportunity for Blozine on this A side. As Fury really cut noise here.
Trying to take advantage of the noise on the other side of the map to get some space.
Market wala bhi mar
Not the kind of fight you expect him to win out on, but it is shy after all. 20 points of health, but still plenty of step to this B side. Spike is eventually
don't tell me वो लोग को पता है backside हो सकता है बस.
Unwavering in his attack side lurks.
वो लोग को पता है जितना देर ये जिंदा है उतना problem है भाई.
That's completely thrown Lev off.
He was able to get back around the corner in time. Shy.
Fight
the challenge angle, his elbow protruding. More than enough to complete the frag, and the inside the Craftnet is unbothered. The basic found a nice little off angle. Knows that Sato is still lurking back aside. He's ready for Blozine in the double face here. Man, his confidence is overflowing.
Oh, just wanted to go for the kill. Doesn't have the time to actually get the spike down. Just runs away. Ace. Gonna get that all recovered.
Yes, sir.
Finally stopped the bleeding. First round on defense.
That is a symptom of a lot of these slow walk-ups, these mid-round noise cuts. You're slowly scaling up map control because you're not flashing, you're not popping, you're not aggressively fighting in crossfires. The round can just get away from you.
I feel like everyone watching that moment had 100% belief that Basic was going to win that out the way he's been playing. 14-5 right now. He's making a name for himself today.
There's a smoke deep top mid here by Fury that has actually drawn a couple of Leviathan players to that position. Originally there were 3 ready for contact on A-wire. So this has got them moving, scurrying about.
Combo, fata Sato.
Want to play from shorter. Sato! A quick double is going to be good. And if last round's anything to go by, Grabnet's not an issue, but the Annihilation could be. It's Neon though. This is looking a bit more like Shades of Haven now. The trade's coming in at the right times. Sato again inside, run it back. He will return to an obvious location. The basic aim is true. He's got the drop on King. And Furia continue their march to an overwhelming round total in this first half.
That was crazy from Sato. Pops to run it back. So he can live, but no one can actually get there to help him.
Wait,
gotta respect the effort, though.
I think
if somehow that all worked out, it would have been a sick moment.
And it might have, honestly, if not for the deadlock wall at short. There was no safety in any of Leviathan taking up that position to try and trade off Sato after the cocoon and respawn.
उनका नया डिबेट प्लेयर देखो 16-5 घर जाएगा. हाँ लेव के सामने लेव के सामने.
Furia invoked that tactical round loss where they almost kill everyone on Lev and end the extra cash they're getting from losing. They are right back onto an eco with mostly classics.
Kwanu's been able to clear the back of the site here with their paint shell. And again, you're up against the double Senti.
Clear तो होएगा देख ये वाला एंगल डबल ब्लाइंड है.
Don't have the weapon blind. From Spike, Kwanu's comfortably set in the corner. Satchel to knock Sato. Of course, he's leaping and bounding at him like Bambi and gets the frag. But that's all that Leviathan can hang their hat on for this round.
सुबह के 4 बजे बक्सुदी.
You just has Shy's back, but Neon is able to get that kill.
2. Now in a 2v1. Furia cut down to just basic, but he's patient, waiting for King to show. It is just a jiggle. Basic trending over towards the other side of the site, but Neon has slid through and is able to get out alive. They are trolling this guy, but it's got to be a defuse at some point, and they know they've got to fight Basic. And he's looking like a raid boss right now. Sprays King down.
Bro,
and the Red Bull clutch for the long-awaited newcomer.
भले लोते होला, तो उसको क्या confidence boost मिल रहा रहेगा chat?
Makes up for that last round where he was so close to getting the clutch as well.
He's 18 and 5, bro.
It is just outrageous.
One enemy remains.
But I feel like he's really in this great position to get kills because of the pace that Furia are playing at. They are so patient on these entries. And you have to credit, I think, Kuala to that as well. He's not getting ahead of himself, and as they slowly take this space, Basic is just constantly in good positions to be able to get that like second swing, trade for people consistently. That's why he's always alive late in the rounds. And his aim has just been sharp.
Neon has the op back in hand. Weapons available here for Leviathan. This is getting messy. Those spikes on a grab net yet again. Still able to find a kill. Amidst the blind, amidst the hindrance. Arzine, though, tries to find a nice little position up on high, but the Blaze Wall does tickle at his feet. And we're pulling the plug for now on B.
इस मैप में रेस कैसे? हेलो, मैं भी खेलता हूँ इस मैप में रेस कर जाएगा.
Furia just working their way slowly back into mid, pressing Kuala Noob up. What's this timing going to look like? It's blows! What a shot! Furia just snatch the advantage in the round right back.
And now you've driven a wedge between the defenders. This puts Neon very much on an island at this A side of the map, but Furia aren't convinced that they're done with B just yet.
It's just far too much for LEV to watch in regard to the different lanes on the map. Look at how spread apart they are across the map. It's just going to come down to individual prowess. What can Sato get done in this choke?
There's crossfire potential with King. He's got a lot of utility to work with. Sato finds one. King might have been smoked off the angle. No, he swings it. Sees Kuala Noob come across. The Hunter's Fury could be a bit of an issue, but he's going to TP away from it. And there goes Shy's head rolling. King down to 11, but he's done his job. He's bought time. The shock dart will claim him, but there has to be a hurried plan.
Bro, don't tell me.
This will allow Neon to set up wherever he likes on B.
He's not making much noise. Does you expect that he could already be here, already creeping through stairs?
It's got to be too early for him. There's just no way. He's looking over. What? Are you kidding me? Your Masters London MVP just drops the spaghetti. Should be a given any day of the week, and EU can't believe it either.
He doesn't know what happened. He is in just as much disbelief as the rest of us. Another clutch for EU. This one, you just can't explain.
Well, that was a half of Valorant. Leviathan are on their way to dropping as many maps in their first game of a VCT America's Stage 2.
सुनो विफवर्ट के अभी देखते पिस्तूला कौन जीतता, क्योंकि अगर पिस्तूला फ्यूरिया जीतते फिर तो राउंड मैटर भी नहीं करता. हाँ, इम्पॉसिबल. ये कॉम्प के सामने इम्पॉसिबल की कमबैक हो. हाँ, बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट्स देते. बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट्स राउंड 1 नियॉन को. ठीक है. चिकन क्रिस्पी शर्ट. ये रात के 12:30 बजे क्या क्लच देख रहे हो? इधर 4 बजे देख रहे हैं हम लोग सेम क्लच.
Basic is a name that has been going around for quite some time, but he finally gets to join us here in VCT Americas. And Basic, I know it's been some time, but you're finally joining that squad of Furia. How do you feel of finally being here?
Eu tô muito feliz agora de estar podendo representar, né, a Fúria aqui no VCT Americas. É meu sonho e eu vou mostrar o porquê eu vim aqui.
Kingsby भाई, आपकी कमर कैसे? उम्मीद तो नहीं है कि बच पाएगी. Language.
Furia, and I'm ready to show you guys why I'm here.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Earlier today, Furious coach Shaw is pretty candid about why he made these changes to the roster. The biggest one is that he values that flexibility above all else. Instead of having a team that's just great in one meta, he wants one that can be good in all of them. And a big part of the plan for him was to put Artazine on controller so he could IGL from the pack as opposed to being a loose end across the map, not involved in the action. And he just called an insane attack side.
Damn near flawless. Only round that Lev got on the board was a 1v1 clutch, where Basic just ran out of time. 2 rounds away for Furia to close out their map pick in dominant fashion, coming out of this off-season with a unique and potent look here on Sunset.
Furia haven't tipped their hand so much here. They also don't know how many attack side players were at that wall, as only Neon was hashing. They take a timing here to move down towards tiles. Puts King in a bit of an awkward spot. You can hear the headhunter ringing out from his left shoulder as Neon was also trained on that spot.
That smoke thrown down link from Leviathan over towards A is just to imply that they could be walking up as they want to re-clear towards mid. Maybe just end on that B side of the map. A lot of pressure on Shy. Now back on Haven, Furia were struggling with figuring out when they wanted to play retake on sites and when it was time to hard hold, to anchor.
Rotation to usko
towards the end of that half, it was Shy who was kind of putting the pieces together for the team, finding success anchoring on the Cypher. He do it here again.
This cam is set up to watch B main and market respectively. So Shy sees it all coming. It's a bit of a hedge spot for it, and okay! No follow-up for the rest of the team. It's just a one-way. We've seen this kind of play on Sunset for years. Shy is hitting with the old-fashioned 1-2 punch. So far, Lev have not really known how to respond to it. Shy, active on the side, knows his pressure from behind him. Oh, it's vintage Riot. It's a good year to see Shy pop off again. 3 kills on the pistol, and at this point, Furia's lead is all but unassailable. Yeah, I heard you, bro. I believe you.
पहला ऐसा बंदे केक में ऐसा क्या उसने
into the site.
उसके बाद क्या
Shy
मारा
exploits. The King is
भाई
just down to take a duel through the one-way. Gets that free one, but
भाई वो लोग ने पिंग भी किया था उसका पूजी पता है
snaps with the ghost were just
पिंग
beautiful.
भी किया था मॉली भी डाला था
And this has got to be all she wrote. Lev
कि guys
obviously
यही जगह से बीटी मिल
have
सकते
to
हैं
force here. They've got a few stingers. They're going to try to run it down.
Potentially last round of the map, a very short-lived affair here on Sunset. Neon's going to be disrupted a little bit by the wall coming down, and Koala Noob simply has to peer around and let the Bulldog do the talking.
Basic kind of waits with the sonic sensors, throws them down into the site, see if those can get some value stopping Lev, but the peek from Koala instantly punished.
Grab net here for Basic though. Set this off responsively. That would have been sus for EU. There's the grab net. Awkward now for Leviathan. They're going to try and play out from these awkward spots. And it's just Neon left, caught up inside that sonic sensor. And we thought Furia had lost their nerve, but here on Sunset, they found a bit of vindication. Hard work pays off. And last time these two teams played, it was Leviathan who sent them packing with a 13-1 in the final map. They've got their revenge. And now, we need to see a statement in next map 3.
Lev have been flattened, turned to dust by Furia on Sunset. It returns to the pool. They have a unique approach to this map, and it couldn't have gone better. When you watch it start like that on the pistol round, instant nade grab combo just basically gets 2 kills. You just know where that game might be headed. Basic, stunning performance. 20 kills on the board, 6 deaths. Unreal. And Artsin calling from the pack, the intentions of the roster moves, getting him involved on the controller. Really a flawless half.
So far, so good here for Furia, at least in this second map. A decider looms around the corner. Your Masters 1 champions struggling here against the retooled Furia. We'll have our desk breakdown this map. We'll jump into our third and final.
क्या डिबट बे कहाँ से आते हैं ये लोग बे? पॉइंट दो। भाई क्या ऑड्स है? हेलो मैप 3 आई थिंक अब लेफ्ट मेरे हिसाब से। ये लोग रिसेट आके आएंगे और मारेंगे मेरे हिसाब से। ए वो खोलते है। गंबा टाइम लेजेंडरी आने वाला बॉस। लेजेंडरी दे क्या ये एपिक। ठीक है ये इमोट आज ही आना था। इससे तो अच्छा है मेरे को रिफ्रेश करने दो, कैसा दिखता है देखने दो। Aquele Bob de Xavier?
Já tá suspeitando, vamos ver na tela dele.
अबे बिल्ला क्यूट है वो, प्लीज वाला।
And the Panthers managed to bite back, and they're going to force a map 3. Leviathan, your London winners, of course, wondering where did it all go wrong. It wasn't even the fact of the matter that it was a close matchup. It was just Furia dominating from the beginning. We certainly would not have expected that, given how things shaked out at the start of this series. But folks, you're going to map 3. You got GB here alongside Alexis and Mel. And let's talk about some of the stars of that game, because one individual that all eyes have been on coming into this series was Basic. A lot of pressure on this guy. No one knew what was going to happen with him. But he comes into this team, and so far he has been a reliable hand for this lineup.
I mean, I feel like when Basic can actually show his flexing chops, this is what happens, right? We see him on that role where he's playing the Deadlock, an agent that people haven't seen in a long time, because this has been kind of like a niche pick for some teams. I know me and Lexi used to run it back on SRG, but we kind of forgot how effective some of her util can be when in the right hands. You're seeing the net and the nade combos. You're seeing that Deadlock while prevent the floods, and it's pretty clinical. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the counter to the Deadlock is being able to flood before she can set up all of her util, before they can get their bearings on site, and it felt like Lev wasn't able to do that. And when they did attempt to, they just lost the fights.
Yeah, something that immediately stands out to me with this Leviathan lineup is they're a team that thrives when you give them the space to be able to move around the map, do what they want to do. Even if you have like a couple of lanes that they could work with, they will do a great job of ensuring that they're taking the maximum amount of space possible and then using every single bit of map available to them. But with the Deadlock, it kind of like cut off whole portions of the map to them. They couldn't like actually get their plans going. And yeah, it seems like Furia might have figured out one way to stop Leviathan. What do you think, Mom?
I was really impressed by Furia's macro, actually. I think one really important aspect of Sunset is being able to split the map in half when you're on the attack and make it so the defense feels really uncomfortable rotating, forcing them to have to take that CT rotate instead of top mid. They were doing a phenomenal job at taking that control. And although we didn't actually see them use a split, I could 100% see in the future them putting an extra layer of using a Deadlock wall and splitting through top mid.
Yeah, it's clear that they have something really good here with Sunset for Furia. So, and you just beat the London winners with this one. So you got to feel pretty darn good about that. And look at the track as well. Managing to pick up 8 rounds back to back and then picking up another 5 in order to lock up that win. I mean, Alexis, like, it goes without saying that those rounds, like, yes, there were moments there that Leviathan looked like they were going to come up and pick up a massive win, but then EU would just pull out massive clutches.
I mean, this 1v3 was insane. He played his utility perfectly. I mean, it's incredible that Basic is top fragging on that deadlock, but having this player in the clutch position at the same time is just, it's deadly for them.
Yeah, excellent showing from him. We were wondering, right? Like, how's EU going to be fitting in this lineup? A lot of changes coming into the team. But Mel, it does feel like it's just pretty much been like a glove. Fits right in.
He really fits into the role of having that vocal kind of mid-roundy player.
Yeah.
He has a lot of impact, not just in the frags, we can see those very clearly, but when he comes to helping the IGL actually have information and making the right reads, he is such a boon to the team. And seeing him also pull off these clutches, like, you'll take it all, like, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, hell, you just picked off a win off of the Masters London winners. That is a huge achievement for Furia. And of course, job's not done yet because we're getting ready for map 3. And correct me if I'm wrong, yes, that's right. It is going to be split where we head off to here. Now, this is got Leviathan written all over it, right? This should work out, Alexis, very well for Lev. Great composition, but we just saw Furia have an idea that could shut down, slow down this Lev lineup. Do they keep building off of this?
I wonder if Furia is going to pull out another double Senti comp since they know that Lev is more like a fast-paced team. They like their execs, especially on split. They love running it down. So I wonder if Furia will pull out another double Senti, maybe a deadlock or a Vice to kind of counter that playstyle.
Yeah, is that going to be like the task moving forward for a lot of these teams here to stop the aggressive play? Because it's been dominating so much of the conversation, seeing these teams play aggressive with those double duelists. Is this maybe a great counter for them here?
I think so, but honestly, regardless, I'm very skeptical. Frankly, I think Lev is going to take this. I'm not a believer. Lev have shown this is their map. I think this is going to be the dagger in the series for Lev to take it.
Yeah, I mean, well, look, this is it right here, right? Boils down to this. Leviathan have a great chance to just start this season off, start the stage off well. But for Furia, how huge would it be if they were able to pick up this win? I mean, Alexis, a debut victory for Basic like this against the Masters London winners, that has to be a monumental achievement if they're able to pull it off.
Yeah, absolutely. It would definitely prove that the roster changes were worth it. They made sense. And at the end of the day, you have to make sure that those decisions are made.
Yeah, that's right. Did they make the right calls? That's what we're wondering here. Can this new Furia roster take down the Masters London champs? One last time, folks. We'll find out after this. Uber and Wyatt are going to catch you on the other side with the call.
थर्ड प्लेस के लिए मैच है इंग्लैंड वर्सेस फ्रांस। फ्रांस जीतेगा। डैड वालों को क्यों मार रहे हो? क्यों मार रहे हो?
Out of Haven, we were convinced this could be a pretty quick affair, and that Furia, understandably, we're still finding their feet with this new little roster. But if there's one lesson to take away from Sunset, it is this. You want to throw a stick in the spokes of reigning champs still on the victory lap? Get in early, get a new map to the pool, devise a plan, and have some insane calling from Artazine. That's exactly what Furia were able to bring together for a stunning 13-1 result.
Furia are in control of this series now. There's no doubt in that. But third map decider, heading over to Split. This is an iconic map in the LEV pool. It's their bread and butter. It's a map that they're on a 5-match win streak right now. They beat Heretics, they beat Vitality, EDG, and Paper Rex here. If Furia have it in them to best LEV straight after their London win on this map, that would be unbelievable.
And it would also be indisputable in terms of their dominance in this matchup out of the gates in stage 2. No one could argue with it at that point. But you've got to beat the best at their own game there.
Love you, Rabbi.
Getting shades of Artzin and Osbos on Split last year. The duelist alongside him. He's going for a lot of crazy double satchel entries to be that space creator. You're calling Ubana's best agent to be able to up on defense. We talked about it so much on Haven, but it's also because Furia talk about it so much. Coach Shaw talks about it so much. That for them to win, for them to succeed in this stage, much like kickoff, they need to be able to feed Koala Noob that off and let him take over the game.
The opener on split here sees Furia on this attack side. An uncontested B side. They're about to trade all over.
Yeah. These are exactly the kind of little satchels that our team wants to go for. Just leaping in on the top box. Furia want to take this forward space. Look at them already posted up in spawn as Lev try to flood back into this site.
Paranoia does catch spikes in on the way down, but no one is there to punish him for it. Yeah, all things considered, he's gotten quite deep, but exposes himself to a nasty crossfire. Set up long in advance, but let fight through it. Determined to try and undermine it, but Arzine emerges with two.
Blue kill rahe be Furia, what the fuck?
And King in one of his most impactful roles here on the Viper.
Udhar nade, idhar double pick. 1, 2, 3.
We'll have to go for a bit of argy-bargy and get it done the old-fashioned way. He's not having it.
Hello.
Great start here for Furia.
Looked like Lev were going to actually be able to do it on that retake attempt. Sato fighting forward. But it's this little bait towards spawn.
By the way, my inspiration and motivation in my low times. Love you, Mary Jaan.
There as well. They deal with Koala Noob and then they just turn attention elsewhere. And that's when Artzin, Duelist, and IGL for this team makes his move.
And Controller. And
everything. He's done so much for MIBR last year in that regard as well. So many different roles, calling for the team. And he's just thrust into that position here again, but he thrives within it. That pressure does not get to him.
Quite a push-up here for Neon. Look at how deep he has gone. That smoke's going to clear, but the flash is going to give Neon a chance to surge further forward. Relay bolt. Arzine has to respect it. Satchel out. EU now comes to the rescue. They really rattled the cage. Goes in, ducks under the shots here, and best shy on that A extremity.
Red whiff.
No gun recovery though. Just the standard to leave your lurker with the pistol. With blows being dealt with this round is as good as done.
Question is, spikes se phat sakte?
We saw what Furia were able to do when they get into a side early and crossfire set up. This time they're going to do it with superior weaponry on top.
Just imagine the confidence that they're feeling right now heading into this map. 13-1 blowout against the reigning champions. They win the pistol to start off on split attack. They are putting themselves in position for a monumental upset.
You come into games like this with a plan, right? You've got protocols. But even if you don't know if they're actually going to work. And no plan survives first contact with the enemy, they say. I think that the validation for Furia after such a stunning result on Sunset has made it clear to them that they can hang. Doesn't matter if it is the best team in the region, the world. They come in with an ironclad approach like this, and any given day they can take the dub. Great start to split, but be reminded, this is Leviathan's playground.
They're just one of those teams that have so much drive, so much hunger. That is really just personified by Koala Noob, the journey that he's had to get here.
I mean,
like relentless in
his
pursuit of greatness in Valorant.
Players in Valorant that are also incentivized to excel because there's a wife and kid to support.
Tech pause.
It's not something you see from a lot of players. It's pretty rare in esports, in fact. I'd say it's a vocation, a career not built for family building. And when you're the kind of player where virtually your ability to...
और बताओ chat. How's use dudes? एक पट से एक्सट्रैक्ट मार का है. वाइट में जो लोग देख रहे हैं लाइक कर दो, मेरी जान करो भाई. अभी तक तो सो तो गए रहेंगे भाई. 4:30 बजे ब्रो. That should be some next level वेलापति नहीं?
That's going to stick to this team.
The split map for Fury was one that I was so impressed by the team chemistry on earlier this year, so I just want to see how that continues with this new roster. Is it going to be there? Artson so fast up. Is he going to check that corner? Doesn't even matter because Spike is the one to aggress.
Shy at least though has something to say here. Fury are trying to fight their way into heaven, but they've thought twice about it.
आ जाओ ना.
They've got enough done it.
कैसे मालूम पड़ा पता है साइड खाली है.
Onto this
आधे घंटे से जेट वहाँ पे था.
This positioning. Blozine also taken really low, thinking he was safe crossing.
बस shout out to you.
Koala Noob sees an opportunity to lay him low.
Shy is going to be crucial on this post-plant effort from Furia. They are completely congested in this site. Damage coming through from this molly as well. A position you hate to be in if you're Furia. You have 3 guys, backside screen tucked towards elbow. No space. They're suffocated right now.
Toxin screen down.
Shy here gets to operate as the loose end. So a lot of responsibility, but he converts. Blazing was already low after being spotted crossing in heaven. This game is beginning much the same way the previous one did.
Yeah.
Neon's just hitting buttons at this point. His round is over.
Momentum.
Now that voice can only belong to one man.
Possibly the loudest, but 2 of the loudest players really going at it here. The Sato versus Koala head-to-head. Furia capitalizing off this bonus round. Well, like I mentioned earlier, just so many of these fast double satchels. Artin is hitting in your face, right up into ramp. And yeah, even though he doesn't get that
all-nighter while my friends left for Mumbai trip, I couldn't go because of my job. Now I'm not gonna sleep and will fuck off to office by 8 in the morning.
The positions they were in, that Koala Noob is able to fight in that space with hands are tied. He doesn't have a lot of movement opportunities, but he's still able to get a multi-kill. You have Shy win that crucial fight, 1v1 over towards ramp. Suddenly everything is going the way of Furia. You go back to map 1, you remember that it was just a highlight reel the entire game until those last several rounds. But you never doubted that LEV were getting it over the finish line. And it was until those last final rounds. Every other one, 3K, 4K, players going crazy.
हुआ लंदन की कंपनी का सोने चला बेस्ट ऑफ लक मेरी जान.
We know that LEV can bounce back from tough map losses. They got 2 rounds against PRX in the first map of the series in London, that final. And we're still able to figure it out and overcome one of the best teams, maybe the best of this era of the game. Furia seems to be a different beast.
वहाँ पे सबका अल्ट बहुत क्लोज है.
At least today. Important timeout. Levitan here clearly have a plan to emphasize mid a bit more heavily now. What comes of it?
They'd love to be able to maybe bait for spike, but no, they want to get aggro. They want to push through that cloud. But it's a very patient Furia who do not get baited into taking any fights there.
It's that hallmark discipline of Furia that we saw in stage 1.
They feel so content just letting that aggression come from LEV and expecting that, yeah, they're probably just going to back off for a moment.
Eventually Furia, though, do need to get going. We saw them run out of time on one of those important rounds on Sunset, one of the few they lost in that. In fact, the only one they lost in that game now, think of it.
Oh, that's so nice.
God, the patience from the man.
Into the nade.
They have literally just provided the sword for Levitan to pull off here. They've not overextended, they've not taken any huge risks. Let the game come to them, and that is a trade they will take any day of the week. People are talking so much about this loss streak for Furia. This loss of identity, this necessity to change up the team. But yeah, they lost 5 games in a row. They lost to NRG, 100 Thieves, and Leviathan.
Just those guys. Only the absolute top teams.
So even at their worst, bad enough that Shaw wanted to make changes to this team. In context, it wasn't that bad.
Artisan का अल्टार है.
And it just felt strange heading into this with where
score
the
prediction सही हुआ तो 5
gifted that people had.
13.
Honestly, in this mid round, I'm just imagining if we had comms on, how EU would be controlling the play there. When we had listen-ins of the team in situations like that, he was really dictating the pace for them and so accurately calling what the other team was going to do and then exploiting his perfect read on the game. So good in those moments, and I really feel like that was probably one of them.
2K का लेकिन 2K super chat कर नहीं सकता इसलिए please say Pain will win and support Pain.
Lacking that signature proactivity in these early rounds. They tried a little bit, obviously, to play through mid, but still
जब से मैंने वो reel देखा है ना,
restrained.
Color वॉलर मार के अर्जेंटीना.
Weapons to play with.
Yep.
They're trying to be a bit more assertive on that ramp position at least, but Spike will double back to mid to hold that crossfire.
I've loved watching Neon on this map when he switches to the Omen. I think it's a role, a map, and a position on B that highlights how intelligent of a player he is. A nightmare to deal with for the attacking sides. And so far, Furia, they have just circumvented that. They're spamming A hits, and it's working.
B हो सकता है, mid हो सकता है, vent हो सकता है.
Allow themselves to be contained in the A site by not having Heaven present, so they've only got 35 seconds to make this work. So are they going to bum rush onto the side itself? I think we've got our answer. Showstopper now going to get up into the window. Honestly, looking for a target. Blozine trying to get up close and wasn't ready for that flick around. Trades favor Furia there on ramp. They've got a foothold in Heaven, and the side is under their control. Neon just TP's forward to his own demise, and Sato gets no value out of his run back. That was diabolical.
Lev had no expectation that a Furia player would be able to get that deep into the site, all the way through screens.
Yeah?
They have just been torn apart. A kill on the TP, a kill on the run it back. I think one of the smartest moments, though, from Furia came from Shy and EU over towards that ramp. You're watching Spike's point of view. You're waiting. Wait, is Shy actually, is he walking through this cloud? Is this going to be a free kill for Spike? No, but he is so patient, bides his time, waits for EU to get there, and then they push through it together. So they get that trade onto him. All of a sudden, they have ramp control, and at the same time, they're pushed through screens with Koala, players in sight, dealing with Lev's aggression through Heaven. They're all over the map. They're dealing with every little contingency.
Jet बिल्कुल तरह से खेल रहा है. पूरा साइड करके सिटी जाता है क्योंकि उसको मिल रहा है ना.
Like he didn't quite have a read on where that play was going to be. Still found success.
ये पता नहीं क्यों किया रे नहीं.
Way further ahead than they expect. He got a couple of the freest kills imaginable.
Timeout?
And there's got to be a timeout here, surely.
Bro, timeout का button है वो.
Looking here to Leviathan with a chance to buy back into the round.
Big Boss चाहते वाला.
They've got ults of consequence though to work with. That was a runner back used in the previous round. King doesn't have a Viper's Pit to shut off any parts of the map.
Even Jules be unable to send. पता नहीं.
I think it's really stunning to see this level of team play coming out from Furia. The changes that they've made, perhaps just a testament to the system that Shaw and Artson have put in place. Great mid-round calling that we've seen from EU, that they can just slot in two new guys, and it works so effortlessly.
Your Masters London MVP, honestly, still in this series has looked good, and sure he leads the pack here in round 6 for his team. I wouldn't say he's lighting anything on fire. This hot prospect dominating the world in London have cooled off this last map or so. Frosty reception back home. We talked about the target on their back, and Furia are trained on it.
Just waiting for an opportunity.
Ult-wise bhi major do ulti idhar aa raha
hai to get that rush again. After being knocked out of the EWC qualifiers, knocked out of the playoffs before that, they're making the most of this debut. Under the pressure of the flash, and is caught immediately. Let go for that A side fight straight out of the timeout.
Same approach to ramps that we actually saw from Leviathan in the previous round. This time they actually just they get what they were looking for. There is Furia presence here that moves into the setup. So yeah, it's a pressure valve, sure, that relieves some of it on Leviathan. But now we move back to this heavy mid stack. Lever overloading this position with 3 players. We've seen Furia be ultra patient in this spot.
Viper को पीछे भगा सकता है.
Waiting to see if there would be any kind of Leviathan re-push down through mid. That's not going to be the case, though. Now they feel comfortable pressing forward. King spotted out. Going to be on the retreat. Just play from stairs.
About now, they're going to accelerate. King going to be spotted out. Gets that first shot now, trying to slow things further, but a snake bite, and that's forced Furia away. Is there a plan C?
Time is getting to an uncomfortably low spot for Furia here. They just got to get into this B site. The LEV players are coalescing just outside of it. They could be ready to pounce on the spike tap. They have enough players here to flood.
This is the window. CT's covered. Yep. Smoke was up and Basics able to get a plant down.
LEV exercising just a little bit of patience. They don't want to overplay their hand, wait for some of these smokes to drop, and then just go for the full retake with the man advantage.
EU is the impact player here. A late flank could be massive. Spike's actually going to go and check for it now.
That's a great seize to catch Shy.
EU is still hiding. He's found his spot. Emerges, finds one. It's wayward shot for now. A flash to follow it up might give him a second bite at the apple. And apparently it's gone well sour. Levy's having great fundamentals, taking a frag, pulling back, finally get into the game.
That early round adjustment of fighting towards ramp, where Furia have been really emphasizing control rather than just kind of holding back towards the box, trying to fight a little bit more passively. Excuse me. No, they take it right to them with that instant flash and swing. So let's go. I'm going to say the energy up, or just get the energy up.
Yeah, I think it's probably pretty deflating. You definitely got taken to task by Fury
have won 18 of the last 20 rounds of play. That's as deflating as it gets. Maybe this is the start of LEV coming back into the series.
I mean, if I win 5% of rounds over 20, I'm not feeling great. This time it's an adjustment for Fury. They're conditioned to be a bit more careful about this A-ramp presence, but LEV are not running that early play.
No, they love to set up with those multiple players in mid. It's really their bread and butter on defense here.
And you can tell that for Fury to get a foothold in Heaven, it's going to take a lot, a big investment. And how this ramp play comes later, a timing that Fury might not be ready for. Here's the flash, and instantly Koala Noob disintegrates. Sato knows that there are extra players there, but no opportunity for a trade for Furia.
That Nightfall was so sick from blows. That caught onto 3 players who were just stuck in that choke. How do they deal with Heartseid? He has pushed us so far. This is mental from him.
They're aware, but they don't really have the health here. Wow. I think they're happy to take a trade in that instance.
By the narrowest of margins.
Yeah, you're right. Blue team barely alive after that. Fury are no closer to the objective than they were at the start of the round, and they've got 20 seconds left.
Just excruciating for them trying to get out of this A choke. They're up into Heaven. They're down to 13 seconds.
Yeah,
LEV are getting a little wayward, but
LEV are hedging by TPing across the map.
They can't do anything.
Neon TP'd and cancelled as soon as he heard this continued presence here for Fury. They don't really have any options now. They are going to be holed up in Heaven. Yes, they've got the guns, and a big ultimate round coming up next.
Yeah, no one on either side too comfortable to try to go for any kind of fight. Relaxes for a moment.
It is a far cry from the swagger we saw from Leviathan in map 1, though. Map 1 LEV would have taken that. Almost certainly. So we've got 2 rounds now. The first in which there's a ramp play that disrupts Fury, gets that early frag. The second round, there is a ramp play, but on an off timing. It comes much later into the round. So that's Leviathan who are able to set up conditioning and then break that conditioning in the space of 2 rounds.
Yeah, act upon it in that right moment in the mid round. First setup in mid. Maybe expecting that they go somewhere else, have a trap play there, and yeah, it all works out so well. Finally seeing signs of life from Leviathan. And because of that, just a meager pulse from LEV. Shaw has immediately called the timeout despite being up 5-2, but I respect it. You don't want the London champions starting to feel the momentum. You don't want to allow them to get back in the game. Just continue to try to choke them out early and get another dominant win.
One thing that Furia can hang their hat on, and they've been exploiting, getting a player deep into A side early in these rounds. Koala Noob or Artisan, I think that's a thread that they can continue to pull on a little bit more if they can manage to get their duelists deep in enemy territory.
Leviathan with that same mid trio. Just have that Phoenix and Neon just
Mr. Celentier! इस साइड से तो हो रही है 100%. मैं बोला ना हो तो रहा है. पता नहीं क्या सीन है.
So this is much more of a standard opener for like a Viper attack side on split, right? Just send that lurk. Here's a slide. Arzine needs two! And unfortunately, Neon is going to be there to pick up the pieces.
It's that spike movement. He's so sick with it. Post nerf just doesn't even matter.
Fast rotation, fast fight, सब कर दिया भाई.
The way he plays his
भाई
Neon,
तो
it looked
comeback
like
हो
that
गया बे.
she wasn't nerfed at all, frankly. But how to find ways
Neon
in
के
his
साथ
play
Neon
style
हो गया,
to
लेकिन
compensate.
Neon भाग गया और Neon ने मारा कैसे?
Moving right back to behind the box so he can't get killed. Perfect stun, re-swing from his teammate. It's lovely play from Lev, who continue to just
Hello Bugs bhai, hello.
Mid-round flash fights. 3 rounds in a row.
But this
has been the recipe to success.
And this is what we teased out at the start of the series, as Leviathan really known for a lot of these set plays. And I'm not talking about complex layered executes on the attack side. It's these little 1s and 2s, these defense side pops. Always a player there to take a trade. You can always trade up in those kind of engagements.
लेकिन language.
To secure
good morning, yes.
B mate.
Good morning, good
It always
morning,
seems
good
to happen
morning.
after these timeouts that come in from Ono. He's certainly shaken them awake.
10 seconds
They're
left.
looking much more like themselves now.
Shai just needs to
सोना ने क्या
hold
कहाँ
on
से
to
इसके बाद
this
सेन का
gun
मैच
so
है भाई.
Furia can get together a full buy on the next. The economy is beginning to get shaky, but loss bonus kicking in at just the same time.
Made his debut at Masters Copenhagen back in 2022 and then attended champs in that same year with Leviathan, who were quickly starting to become a little bit of a global sensation.
इससे बचा बे वो.
And honestly, it's taken till about now for them to really stick that and
बाद
turn that
mid
into a
fight
big
देखो.
result.
So many different formations of that team throughout the years. The one through line, King. And he's finally been able to get a roster around him to take a championship trophy.
dedication ले
We were
लो
talking
मेरे
about
जान
what the continuation of that might just be, you know? That's just chapter 1. How far can they take it? This Furia team, they want to end that story right here. Neon on the defense. Perfect timing with the paranoia. The support from King is lovely.
Yeah, basic fighting in the site, but it didn't look like there was an overarching plan, just to stand and shoot mentality.
Full comeback, 5-5.
Bit of a sloppy start here for
Full
Furia. They
comeback.
tried to lean in to be a little bit more heavily these last couple of rounds. Just go for a straight up hit.
Full comeback
One
हो
of the
गया
reasons
बे.
you do not want to test Neon on that site. He plays it
Restriction
so
नहीं
well.
होता,
His
50,000 का
timing
सुपर जेट
with
का
the
नुकसान हो रहा
paranoia
है.
just always feels perfect. He never expends it at that wrong moment where they're
50,000
trying
सुपर
to
जेट
bait it
करने
out.
वाले थे.
It's always when there is real pressure coming onto him. And he knows the
Chill it,
moments
bye.
always when to get out, where to TP. He really is just so smart there.
Just though.
Furia at this stage of the round with very little time left are hoping to
Hit पे gifted
just
though.
exploit a big gap here. Leviathan
कान
can't
खड़े हो गए मेरे.
towards this B side of the map, and Furia, while they might not realize it, have the run of this A site. Being very slowly, diligently checked here. Cleared now by Arzine.
सुपर जेट का अलग फन है ना ना.
Spike thrown over to him so he can plant for heaven. Where you have Koala Noob as the first contact. Shy to take contact
Result
even
hai.
later. That got the showstopper up. So there are tools for
Oh, man.
Furia to use.
It's Spike's
Nerf, by the way.
movement again.
Nerf, by the way.
Could have fooled me. 3 players up rope here. A chance for a double swing off a good timing. Not too shabby, but not quite enough. King notches up 4 to give Leviathan
क्या है
another very important round. They're up to 4.
मैं भी करने वाला था पिन भूल गया
It
तीर.
was good effort from Artsine, but
मेरा मको morning good night family yo. है किसी दिन बताऊंगा dancing. Bye 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 Zealot bye.
Go through vent, through ropes. It's a good way to clear out one of Furia's potential win cons, which is just leaving someone way back there. You're expecting you're going to probably plant for heaven in that situation, so you're just ready to deal with a player that's going to wait all round and then try to shoot
और आ रहा है
you down
chat
the
और
side.
आ रहा है.
What's your current best team in the world that are certainly being forced to dig deep here against Furia?
Bank balance calculate करते रहिए वरना करता मैं
Word
भी.
highlights of stage 1.
शुगर.
And that should tell you about the depth of what awaits a team like Leviathan on their campaign to secure a champion's berth. Many such cases of teams licking their lips.
Phoenix
to
भी
have a
जा
crack at the
सकता
Kings.
है. Actual में पता है. क्योंकि ओमेन ब्लाइंड डिले के बाद स्प्लिट भी आ सकता है.
20 kills for 6 deaths. Hasn't made a lot of noise so far on split. Maybe this could be his round as Furia just want to go back to basics, get into this A site. It's where they had the majority of their success earlier in this half.
अब बराबर है setup.
This round is going better for Furia. They're not punished by a random timing down ramp. They repel it. They've got good position. Sada might be a problem now as he's going to walk up under that ult, but Arzine going to be good for the shot. Now slowly, Leviathan considering whether they give up this heaven control. Can they afford to do so? There's no side presence.
Side पे लेके Phoenix जाएगा side.
Leviathan have got
City
Spike
से खेलेंगे double side
here.
खेलेंगे.
Can play a crossfire with Blozine.
B तो confirm नहीं जा
Furia's
सकता
only
अभी.
real option is to just wait out the
चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए.
smokes, cut noise, go for the re-hit. No players elsewhere. Shy just watching their flank. Comes Artzin with a showstopper, but no chance to even shoot it.
And pretty limited follow-up now. It's belated this push off of ramp here for Furia. They've got to make some impact in heaven and soon. Blozine still unbothered playing this spot, but Qualinum's found his second. They don't account for Blozine being tagged. But now we're even in numbers and the spike's been recovered. Time is of the essence. Less than 10 seconds, but Shy turns up. Neil hopes to disrupt. He'll be not quite quick enough as Koalanu will get everything, including the kitchen sink.
Shy just so delayed. He was on flank watch, but then gets the perfect moment to get back into heaven and get a critical kill for Fury to take that round over the finish line. And it begins with that as well. The Sato kill on Artzin is crazy.
But isn't this another example
ऐसा
of
रेड एंड ये बताओ अल्ट करके
no
राउंड
room to
निकालना
work
इम्पोर्टेंट
coming out with the
है
ball
या
control
नेक्स्ट
that
राउंड के लिए
slants
सेव
around in
करना
his
नहीं
team's
नहीं
favor.
पागल है नेक्स्ट राउंड के लिए
He's Houdini it.
Once you get him on the jet, he is
तेरा
at
अल्ट
his
का
best.
इम्पैक्ट होना चाहिए या
This guy
फिर
has 8,500
अगर 4v5 भी है तो फिर
rounds
स्पेस
of
मिलना
jet in
चाहिए या
officials in
फिर
his
तो
career
कुछ
history.
मारना
That is
चाहिए
ridiculous.
Can you imagine how many let's go boys that is?
At least maybe 4,000 or 5,000. It's crazy.
3-1 रहेगा तो मार सकते हो 3-1 रहेगा तो भी मार सकते हो राउंड से करने में.
Okay, limited mid presence. There's a smoked top mid. But that snake bite is more than enough to dissuade Furia for the time being, but only for a time. Here's the push paranoia coming a little bit late, but Basic's got to turn his attention towards mid. And that Bulldog bites back. Tidy little two-piece picked up, knocking Leviathan down to 3 players.
Now that's a moment where he really makes a mark on this split game.
विमेन पुश कर दिया है वो लोग का रेड अच्छा है.
In a major way with that transfer. With a Bulldog, no less, is crazy.
अगर वाइपर साइड खेल लिया
though, they know where to go. He's pushed all the way out of B, so they do have 2 players on this site. What can Blows and King accomplish? They try to both get in, entrench themselves.
Blows has bought some time, but this is absolutely a concession of heaven from Leviathan.
30 seconds left.
The Fury will oblige. They will walk right up on.
Second.
They slow down. No cancel, no attempt to go towards that B side. 20 seconds to get into the site. Blows back here.
Is there more stall here for Leviathan? Can they make this excruciating now? Drop to the site. There's going to be a plant. Arzine has a lot of covering fire. Shy's been brought down. Spike stick.
That hasn't been planted. Artzin is just
Anybody?
way too afraid.
Trying to give his team an opportunity. He takes the fight inside, and there never was a plant. Arzine second guessing, maybe?
अरे बस मैं हाउस मस्त धर्मशाला आया हूँ पहाड़ों में आपकी स्ट्रीम देख रहा मजा नहीं लाइव बाय द वे आई लेफ्ट माय जॉब बहुत स्ट्रेस्ड आउट हो गया था अब कुछ दिनों चिल करके नई जॉब ढूंढूंगा बाय द वे मेरी भी सेल्स बैकग्राउंड है मजा आता ना सेल्स बैकग्राउंड Thank you for the 1,000 मेरी जान के टुडे Thank you I hope you do well in life प्रतिबंध भाई मस्त एकदम रिसेट होके आ जाना ठीक है टेंशन नहीं लेने का
They are bloody and bruised but still fighting.
Dashing into the side. This is going to be Koalanu very early in position. The weapons are fine, not great.
Yeah, the ones you want to close the gap with, though. That's why you're seeing that speed. Koalanu wanted to get deeper towards screen, but the plan is let's wait to get that Viper's Pit and then maybe take the space. But not even doing that. They are all stuck in elbow. They got out of this situation in the pistol round, I believe. Can they do it again?
Sato is going to test the pit, try and make some space. Oh my goodness! There goes the Viper's Pit, and 2 players are knocked down. That's 4 kills inside and running back. He's already on his feet.
Yeah?
It was stunning to end the half. crush Furia's hopes. And the score may be tied, but it feels like with a play like that, with a half-ender like that, LEV almost coming into the second one with the lead, just emotionally in terms of the momentum.
I mean, that is a psychological wound that you may not have the time to remediate. Brutal stuff from Leviathan as they break into an even game in the most vicious way possible. Stick around, folks, because no one knows how this is going to end. I can only guarantee you it's going to be with fireworks.
LEV, I love you. ओटी जाएगा क्या पता नहीं नो आइडिया क्लोज जाएगा लेकिन वाइप तो कर रहे सब लोग बाहर भी रहे अपना नेट मार्केट कब आएगा 5:30 बजे शायद
Well, he may have played third fiddle to Kiko and Zekin in the Phoenix stats in stage 1, but when he touched down in London, this guy set the world on fire. Sato rocketed to the top of Phoenix metrics at that event and clearly has not skipped a beat. Talk about a haymaker of a round to put yourselves right back at parity in that last round of the
We're going to need to see this Retool Furia roster display some serious resolve. Yes, the score is tied. It could go either way, but the fashion in which that half ended, it's a moment where the momentum is just captured for LEV. And it creates this environment that they thrive in, where they're getting excited, they're out of their seats. That is a hallmark of their team as they switch to this attack side.
Off the rip here, we can already see it brewing. That's a lot of flashes. Fury here trend back a little bit though. Want to hold on to that util. But they are determined to fight again for this space. This is far from done. Neo, though, is going to take Kwanu down. He's supposed to be the tip of the spear. Good paranoia, but the follow-up just wasn't there.
The reactive bolt from Spike to deny the swings, get that stun onto the Furia players who wanted to aggress off the pop flash was just so well timed.
W Bay.
Now you're gasping for air as Furia. Your early round gambit doesn't pay off.
टाइमआउट दे दे क्या होएगा अच्छा जो से पूछ रहा था टाइमआउट दे दे
noise cut from your opponent so you don't even know
नहीं कर रहे
where the next hit comes from
है कि नहीं समझा
it's excruciating
इसलिए टाइमआउट दे रहा
King is getting a lot of space over towards the A side of the
नहीं
map.
है fans
Is there a call to leave? Yeah. Looks like that's going to be the case.
Sell a little bit.
जो भी तुम लोग बोलो भाई
a little longer.
वो लोग हाइड कर रहे टेंशन नहीं
They don't transition through mid because they've not got information about it and this lets Shy potentially get in a position to hear some of this.
They have to go that safe route.
Correct है.
But they've given Spike
Spike देखो 350 jewels tension ना लो मेरी जान
that forward spot.
Yeah, that spot could unravel this round.
Shy could be critical though if Furia could get back into this.
It's just Bozino who's already low in health and kind of knows there's something afoot here. Sharp shooting from Shy. Always quick on the mark and he's found a second one.
Man.
crazy left
He has been stunning with the Ghost. Insane taps.
Oh, he's crossed his wall to that corner. Neon doesn't know where he come from.
Oh my god, man, he's ruthless.
There's no way that Fury bounce back off this. Basically with a one-way over to the side. Shy's going to lead the way. 40 health is not much to write home about, but man, he's still getting damage done. Spike low, Artazine! Had to land the plane. Unfortunately, that's the kind of turbulence that only the Sea Kraken can provide. Leviathan
भाई ये लोग सिर्फ पॉजिटिव में निकालने
feeling a little bit fortunate to get out of that round unscathed, I think.
You saw the frustration, the anger from Ardzine losing that.
One enemy remaining.
Shai's been waiting all year to get back on the VCT stage. He's making the most of it. He's putting them in position to win that round from a disadvantage, but it's just not enough. Two brutal round losses back to back. The end of that first half when Sato gets the run it back 4K. And now there to feel like an unwinnable round was right back in their hand only for it.
सार्थक भाई देखो एज अ फैन मैं सिर्फ मेरा पीओवी देख सकता हूँ, ठीक है? मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ 6 साल में मेरे को जिंदगी दी है थक भाई ने। मैं सारे रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी अभी खुद संभाल सकता हूँ थक भाई की वजह से। मेरे साथ कुछ गलत नहीं किया है एक भी चीज़, ना थक भाई ने, ना एस12 के कोई भी क्रिएटर ने, ना एस12 ने। जो भी है भाई, क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, यही टाइम पे क्यों हो रहा है, ये मेरे को आइडिया नहीं है। इतना मैं बोल सकता हूँ, बाकी जो भी हो आके बता देंगे, बात कर लेंगे। मेरे साथ पर्सनली कुछ गलत नहीं हुआ, ठीक है? अगर फिर भी कुछ पिकाचू आते और बोलते तेरे साथ भी हुआ रहेगा, तेरे को पता नहीं रहेगा, ये घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, घंटा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है। मेरे को किधर से किधर पहुंचाया है, समझ रहे हो? इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये सब चीज़ पे मेरे को भाई बहुत कदर है। अभी वो कदर के इसके लिए कुछ ज्ञानी बाबा आएंगे, बोलेगा अरे तो मतलब ये थोड़ी कि तू यूज होने देगा। भाई कर लो भाई यूज, जितना करना है कर लो, चूस लो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मेरे को, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। समझ रहे हो? तुम लोग को नहीं मालूम रहेगा, लेकिन और फॉर एग्जांपल तुम लोग बहुत भूखे और कोई तेरे को रोटी देगा ना, तो वो जो कदर रहता है, वो 10 चीज गलत भी करेगा ना, तेरे को रोटी याद रहेगा। ज्ञान बांटने का बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैं वैसा बनता हूँ। फॉर्चुनेटली अनफॉर्चुनेटली मेरे को नहीं मालूम, मेरा ऐसा सीन है कि रिस्पेक्ट करो और कदर करना सीखो बस, ठीक है? तो मेरे साथ कुछ गलत नहीं हुआ है, मेरा पर्सनल ओपिनियन है। मेरे को नहीं लगता और भी कोई ऐसे टोल क्रिएटर आया रहेगा और बोला रहेगा अरे हाँ हो सकता है ये हो ना। करेक्ट है? तो बाकी जो उनका मैटर है वो लोग देख लेंगे, ठीक है? क्या सही है क्या गलत मेरे को उसमें घुसने का है नहीं। मैं थक भाई के साथ हूँ, जो भी लीगली होएगा वो होएगा, जो भी सच्चे आ जाएगा, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं। करेक्ट है? बराबर है? तो ये टॉपिक एंड कर देते हैं। मेरे साथ बंदे ने सिर्फ इतना बड़ा स्कैम किया कि मेरे को जिंदगी दी है, बस इतना बोल सकता हूँ मैं। तो मेरे चैट में मत आओ, इसलिए बोलता हूँ तुम लोग को जिधर जाना है जाओ, जिधर जाना है जाओ। बाकी लोग क्या करते हैं मेरे को मालूम नहीं। मेरे चैट में मैं ये सब गलती से भी एंटरटेन नहीं करूंगा, हेटर्स को तो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं करूंगा। समझ रहे हो? करेक्ट है? डन है? समझ गए? ठीक है, अब मैच देखिए प्लीज।
Relatively unscathed.
Okay, that opens up this game a little bit more now in the second half. Leviathan certainly rewarded for the very strong pistol round that we saw. Sato now with that run it back, so an opportunity here to make that big push even more deadly, getting there clear for free.
भाई मेरा toughest time, मेरा कुछ time ही नहीं था, toughest तो जाने दो।
Of this map. And that first half, Fury were able to win the pistol into the bonus round. Full control of the game. Fury have suffered some tough round losses across the last 4. Can they stop this bonus round right now? Spike is immediately deep into this site, and it's just a full retreat from the defenders.
Oh, Sato there. He's got to be repelled, but he got his job done. Artazine ends up with a knocking him out of it.
How far do LEV want to take this? Fight into spawn, probably the slide, the flash. It's all so good, but it just forces Furia back. No opportunity for a Leviathan kill, but it will force Furia to have to re-clear this space. It could get awkward.
With what? They're just going to check it. This is more time for the clock. Walking into what's certainly going to be a crossfire. This Neon position is so pivotal right now. Sees the jump over the top of his head. It's not going to be checked for. It's Artazine going down. Now eyes on basic as he tries to come out. 3 for Neon. And Shy might still have what it takes. King versus Shy. The two that put Leviathan on the map. A score to settle, you better believe it. Shy will get the kill. But not the round.
That time on the clock wasted comes into play. Neon's position was perfect. The rest of the team making all of the noise, creating all of the pressure. And with that cloud up towards heaven, he's just able to stay out of view of anyone coming back in. Waits for the drop, picks the perfect moment.
अच्छा क्लिप्स कौन निकल रहा है? कियोस भाई ना, कियोस भाई के अलावा कोई और निकाला.
This has really sent Furia reeling. Shy has that gun, of course, carrying it over from staying alive. What can Furia piece together on this round?
Valo install नहीं आ रहा.
Seas comes down.
PC restart मार के try कर.
Every time respectively, you can still, they're still frothing, they're still looking for a chance to break through. Blaze Wall thrown out, but they don't tease any defenders out of position with it.
That is just your standard.
अभी भी technically देखा, अगर ये लोग ये round हारते 10-6 पे तो भी comebackable तो है.
They have conceded a large amount of
defense से वो लोग का ultra rotations भी अच्छा है Furia का.
All right, there's Neon just waiting around for more. This paranoia is so off-timed. No chance to follow it up there.
फिर भी पकड़ा कैसे है वो रुका था
शायद. But the game has long since gotten away from him. This spike is headed over towards A. There's no one from Furia really left to stand in the way.
Farm देख chat. Oh भाई क्या ये.
With all this time on the clock, it's giving opportunity for Sato to get right within touching distance.
Hey!
Another ultimate. Might go hunting if he really wants to. He has been playing a phenomenal Phoenix in this game. I think you have to say he's the best Phoenix in the world right now.
True. One of the. पहले अनुज भाई है, अभी बोल रहा हूँ.
And it's one of those agents where you really do just snowball so hard. As soon as you start popping off, you're getting more kills. You're just sequencing that into ults. And it can start to feel like you're just unstoppable. Doesn't matter that he dies there, gets the ult. That was the mission anyway.
Gun in EU's hands, though, will be stripped away.
सारे guns गए, ult points मिल गए सबको.
A shakier start than they were maybe expecting to their Stage 2 campaign, but they get ever closer just to putting that notch in their column, getting that dub, getting past the team that gave them far more trouble than they bargained for.
They've had a great showing so far. We saw them bounce back from a map 1 loss
अच्छी बात है, नहीं हो रहा तो उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम मतलब?
Do they have what it takes right now to get back in
this
game?
करो लंदन आओ दोबारा. इस बार घूमने चलते हैं. सदा जी गेमिंग अच्छा लगा था यार आपसे मिलके. कैसे मेरी जान?
Saw the same thing on Haven, right? When he gets the drop on him on A long there, finding that first pick and falling back is massive for Furia.
Yeah, this Furia team on split, any iteration of the roster, they really excel at getting him into positions to get kills. They set him up perfectly. Now it's time for the retake. A Leviathan down a man, but trying to control Heaven. That's where they want to find their advantage. And Neon is sharp with it.
My God.
Barely a break in stride for
Flash?
Spike feels a bit extraneous to this whole thing now with that overdrive in play, but here's Shy again, pops up. Always the jester, always a problem. King knows.
Bro, क्या चल रहा है?
He knows himself. Now the 2v1, but King is not in a great spot. Yeah, Crossfire he's got to respond to. EU, okay, it's way with its ham-fisted, and it falls apart. Koala Noob just stands there, and he gets it! Are you kidding me? In the final seconds, Koala Noob sticks the defuse.
Bro, just to a defuse.
Huh.
Might not be enough time for any kind of replay package that could
Come se bhai jaan next time milte hain India mein dance in Mirjan.
That was
one enemy remaining.
I mean, Shy gets
baap khela tha yaar King.
Line up 2K. EU almost did a neon from the
Why
last
kitna
map.
close tha ye?
Neon missed him. I mean, just the reverse of that, yeah.
Pretty whack around.
Language, Jerry!
It's a Furia dub.
Crucially, though, look at their cash. If they lose this round, it's got to be worth 2. That's certainly LEV getting up to match point.
No bravado early on here for Furia on this B side. They just smoke it and fall back. The weapons are a little bit how you going. Banu's Blade Storm, okay, Value Town! The Jets really come alive here. Shy's able to find his one. It's on King and Sato now to make their way into the site. Sato already building to yet another big ultimate. That showstopper will claim him. Here come Furia! As it turns out, they're far from done.
Sato couldn't get the best of arts in that time. Little revenge from the last time he went up against the showstopper. That was the critical round of this second half. Felt like that round would have been the game if they had lost it. Just getting LEV on the match point, but no. They win in the face of the Nightfall coming their way. Coming their way. Sato on that re-entry. He gets 2 kills off the pressure previously created. But it's LEV now who are on that weak buy.
These Shy lurk timings, man, they're just ridiculous. Multiple rounds with multi-kills.
Now, LEV have been putting a lot of emphasis of trying to plan for heaven, get up into that space, but right now they have no space to speak of unless they try to get through screens. That's the plan with the Prowler. Furia don't even care about that area of the map right now.
Okay, I'd have seen gun down there. Looks like that occurred over in towards Rafters. Random spam there, maybe down from the site. Seeker's available here for EU.
Yeah, that could spot out players in the pit to get spammed, but it doesn't seem like they're getting used.
Koala Noob is into the pit, sees Neon first somehow. Ducks back out to heal. Needs to find another way to get in there. Blozine just playing on the corner, catches him out here. Sato again, big delivery.
Bro, what?
There's Leviathan again, another very important round attack.
They have a knack for winning so many rounds like that. Lose a gun round, next one, all right, just instant slam a sight. And they are just always potent with anything in their arsenal. Neon gets up into that smoke. But it's that decision to get the pit down and take the space towards screens. It really contrasts the last round of the first half where Furia found themselves in a similar situation. But they didn't really push for more space. They stayed congested on that site. And that's LEV being able to do the opposite and create some new avenues of approach after they get the spike down. I'm surprised that those Seekers never really came out from EU. Would have expected those to have been brought out earlier just to spot people in the pit, maybe get some spam off. But I suppose from his point of view, he just never felt like there was a comfortable moment to get it accomplished with them. Tough round loss.
Shy's leading right now for Furia. 17 kills, 13 deaths. Obviously quite a record to his name. He's featured on every major LATAM team with the exception of Loud, I guess, over these last few years.
Been in the league every year of VCT.
Yep.
Which is why it was really shocking to not see him find a home with anyone. One of the best free agents available. He's showing exactly why.
Sato, they're taking a chance to get the crowd fired up. Leviathan now.
लेकिन अब सेन में बात क्या रह गई है?
Cost them a bit though. The Vipers pit was committed to that fight, but Sato has yet another run in back.
देखो बात ये है कि जब मैं मिला सब प्लेयर से और रॉब भाई से बहुत स्वीटली वेलकम करके बात करके सुन रहा था
every single round. That adjustment, the snap to the Heaven player on the last one was ridiculous.
He has to do it to basically cancel out Shy's impact. Who's found like 2 and 3s in many of these rounds. Finding insane lurk timings.
Now, he was a player too last year, if you remember, it was his Yoru that was so standout. He was phenomenal on that agent, but across the other duelists, he wasn't really finding his footing to the same level. Well, obviously Yoru is no longer relevant, but he has absolutely just found a new home.
6:30 around done.
When he's had to play Raze,
6:30 I think 6
much better there as well than he was, I think, in contrast to last year. Just becoming a more whole player.
When we covered him in Ascension on Glories, he was.
मैंने ऐप लेने था 5 घंटे का स्लीप होता है. साला कहाँ से मिलता है 5 घंटे का स्लीप बताओ.
So much in his young career. 30 seconds left. Leviathan letting the clock trickle down, but it's only going to be Shy here at the site with nothing but a bandit.
Oi!
He's going to play out. Well, we've seen the weapon be well apportioned in his hands so far, and that was no exception, but decayed to 1 makes him easy prey for Sato.
Don't tell me वो लोग alt भी use नहीं करेंगे. Point. I think Seeker ult use किया तो फिर.
Economic damage. Not particularly important. Sato just wants to ensure that this round gets closed out. Well, he got the info. He definitely got the info.
Suffice to say, he knows where Furia are right now. There's some fight to be had on the side, but the weapons are just not suited for that kind of range. King with the edge. Flash for Sato, and a flourish to end the round. 22 frags.
Hey, 5 gifted आ सकते हैं. कौन बोला था भाई?
This is King's, I think, best map right now in the pool. It's the one where he just destroyed EDG, dropped 24 kills for 11 deaths. He's turning up here as well when Lev need him to be that guy.
Total walkout और सब मिला क्या? Wheeler का time के हिसाब से नहीं होगा.
Don't want the narrative of this to be.
40
performance. They look really good. That's not going to be enough for them.
Objectively, not a bad.
कोई तो old है, कोई old नहीं, old viewer है वो दल्ले.
Yeah, they felt like they touched glory
when they know they could have done it, and maybe they still can. Artsin in mid gets the trade, but the spam from Blazid is just perfectly placed, and it's an early advantage in the numbers for Leviathan.
More scroll करके पता लगा.
And that could be enough for them to close out this series.
Fury now have to play this very important round from a player down.
इधर अपन sensitive जैसे कुछ नहीं कर सकते off season players क्या सब कर सकते next year से बे. Next year से mostly वो लोग ने खुला छूट दिया ना. Brand में वो लोग थोड़ा lightly है. Price pool कितना भी रख सकते हैं. ऐसा बहुत कुछ है वो लोग का आया था पता है. तो next year से बहुत कुछ आएगा मैं बोल रहा हूँ. As a player अगर तुम लोग India के top 5 players में से एक हो.
Are they really going to come back and lose their first series to the retooled Furia?
OP.
Serious upset potential.
But
it does feel like they've come down to earth here. Definitely shaken awake by the level in this region. Neon, there was some info on the A side, does see a fair bit of it. EU here, though, fighting for his life. Koala Noob's able to chime in with the op. He's playing deep on the A side. Leviathan aren't committed to this. They might slink away with the spike and go elsewhere. That certainly seems to be the plan for Neon.
He's got that teleport. Gets quickly into heaven. He'll be all good on this plant. What a great rotation. Spike recovery. Koala Noob and Basic. 2 versus 2 to stay alive in this series. Keep the hopes of a monumental upset alive. Up against the Rookie of the Year, the London MVP, and the longest standing member of this Leviathan team.
Oh, there's no trade potential there. King was on his own and he knew it, but now Neon has the info. Whereas Basic has to try and glean it himself in these dying seconds. Over the top. Your Masters London MVP fights Purchase! And championship teams aren't defined by the hype, the silverware, the title. It's by the rounds they refuse to lose. While Furia found answers against Leviathan all series long, it's your Masters London champions who find the final word.
Highlighted on their iconic split map, Sato and Neon both dropping 20+ kills there.
भाई क्या गलत कमबैक मारा ना 5-0 से
लेके. The upset could have been real, more than real. Furia with that
ऐसा तो लोग बीटी में नहीं जाते
Sunset, the 13-1. Basic
13-1
insane
5-0
debut
be.
map. They're going 20 for 6. And yeah, you are walking away from this thinking, well, this Furia team, there's definitely something to them. This was more than a respectable showing. Basics first time hitting the stage looked good. Shy on the return looked good as well. It just wasn't enough today against Leviathan.
That's some sales experience.
Shaky for a moment, but they haven't lost a step since that Masters London win.
And again, a reminder for
Leviathan
what they had to fight through to get to London in the first place. And now they're going to continue to rub shoulders with America's best to forge themselves into a team that can take the biggest title of the year, that can rise to become champions. That's a long way off, and it's a big ask, but these guys have got the pedigree and the kind of team that doesn't feel like just a flash in the pan. These guys might just be here for the long haul.
It's about going beyond that London win. It's about creating a legacy for this Leviathan org.
Steps like today are a big part of that, but the Sunset map will be an asterisk here. It's certainly going to find its way close to the top of Owner's to-do list, is to address what happened on that map. Because one of Leviathan's biggest strengths is it doesn't matter where you put them, they'll find
Binks
success, but they've got to reckon with a bit of a landscape here in stage 2. With teams now looking to bring them down. Their public enemy number 1. And Sunset, Summit both being in play. Are bases that they've got
मेरा fan है क्या बातें हो रही है
we knew it was going to take something special from Furia, truly special, to knock Leviathan off their perch on this map.
Yeah, well, it's just that presence in the back of your mind when you're looking at the series that eventually we're going to get to split. And that match win streak for Lev on it is extended now to 6 in a row, claiming the scalp of another great Valorant team. Just unbeatable there. Yeah.
Like we've said, plenty of good signs still for Furia, right? Artazine looks to be thriving now. He's in a position where he can pull from the center of the action, as opposed to being up on an extremity. Basic has a great start. Shy hasn't missed a beat.
Doesn't matter.
This team still looks like they have all the pieces, and if they can continue to put Koala in a position to succeed and get the op in that guy's hands, this team can still do great things. It's a 5-match streak up until this point, but it was against top teams.
Let's
check out the stage for the Verizon post-match interview with me.
same चीज बार-बार नहीं बोल सकता.
Well, if I say Argentinian goat, I know we're all thinking about the same person. Of course, Neon, the MVP of London, MVP on this matchup as well. A little bit congratulations for today. I want to
love you, yaar. You're so filthy and fat. Hey, oh,
especially in that second map.
इतना भी open बात मत करो अभी, ¿ya?
No, bueno, yo creo que en el mapa 2, como lo que más se notó es que estábamos como muy como ansiosos y no nos estábamos escuchando entre nosotros.
Mobile charging पे डाल रहा हूँ.
También empezamos un poco mal, tipo de economía, tema de orbes, de rotación de orbes con las ult y todo eso. Así que eso nos desfavoreció mucho. Pero nosotros no pensamos tanto como en los mapas que perdemos, cosas así. Vamos enfocándonos más en lo que tenemos por delante. Así que seguimos haciendo el reset y continuamos.
Yeah, on that second map, we definitely didn't start in the way that we wanted to. I think the way that we were communicating, the way that the comms were a little bit messy, and also the way that we usually work around the orbs was not going our way, the economy and everything else. But it's just not something that we really worry about. It's something that we're pretty calm about, and we know that we're just focusing on what's ahead of us. I'm very curious too, because you had a moment where Faker answered one of your questions recently, and his advice to you was that, you know, you have to always keep experimenting. But when you're at the very top, sometimes it's hard to find a balance between experimenting and keep doing the same things that have been getting you success. So how do you find that balance as a player?
No, bueno, o sea, básicamente me dijo eso, que como que tenía que ahora enfocarme en mí, y yo lo tomé mucho eso, porque obviamente si lo dice el GOAT, hay que seguirlo, pero es un poco verdad lo que dice y lo que estás haciendo, que cuando uno ya llega como al tier 1 ya se muestra mucho. Ahora hay que enfocarse más en uno mismo y aprender de los errores que hace uno para poder ir evolucionando, y nada, estoy súper contento también porque él me haya respondido.
Faker's advice to Neon was to focus on himself. So if the GOAT is saying it, that's just something that you have to do. And it is very true. When you're in tier 1, when you're at the top level, the main thing that you have to focus on is yourself. And of course, it was very special for me to get that response. Neon, when it comes down to the communications as well, I know that we always talk about King and his IGLing, but you and Sato also help when it comes down to the defense and what those calls look like. And that is something that Owner talked about. So tell me how those callings and the IGLing in that way for you two duelists works.
Bueno, más que nada nosotros, como somos los duelistas, por así decirlo, en algunos mapas, por ejemplo, que yo no soy el duelista o cosas así, toma la decisión de la defensa Sato, porque es donde va a estar en la parte activa del mapa. Entonces eso es lo que va como diciendo él. Y después diría que en ataque simplemente King y aporte de todos. Y también ahora Blows está muy presente desde la Master, haciendo mid-round, así que nos está ayudando mucho en eso.
When it comes down to the communication, if I'm not playing double duelist, if we're not playing the double duelist, is Sato the one who's making those calls on the defense? And of course, if it's not that case, it's going to be the King IGLing that we know. But also everybody has been supporting a lot. Blows especially recently, especially since London, has been helping a lot in the mid-rounding. So that's how the communication works behind the scenes. This is everything that we have for the Verizon post-match interview. Neon, congratulations once again. And we're going to take it to a break. And when we come back, we have Sentinels against Cloud9.
Thank you.
The human body was built to move, not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Skirmish D? I didn't even know this was a map. Oh! 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 Oh my god, you scared me. I know. Yeah, see, you didn't expect that one. Oh! Oh my god, I knew you were coming. Oh. Bro, I was standing up there for like 10 seconds. I thought you were behind me. It's only to 5, right? GG's, bro, yeah.
Shooting on 3, heads are rolling, and time has been born. 4 for content.
Oxy hits 4 to his name on that.
Welcome back, everyone, to VCT Americas and our second match of Stage 2. It's going to be an NA showdown between Sentinels and Cloud9. Of course, Golden Boy here back alongside Mel and Alexis as we're going to break things down. And wow, I mean, hey, real quick, before we jump into all that stuff, what a game. Furia really showing us that they could hold it down, but Leviathan keeping that split run going. Not bad, Mel.
I thought it was going to be a 2-0, not going to lie, but I think Furia showed a lot of grit, and they showed a lot that we weren't expecting, so I'm excited for the rest of their split.
Yeah, same here. I'm really stoked. We'll see what happens there, but for now, though, let's focus in on these two teams because this Sentinels roster has been in flux this year. We saw them find their footing a little bit with the arrival of Jerwin. That was a big pickup for them, but, and here's the other thing, right? They almost take down NRG, but they weren't able to make playoffs. They weren't able to do what they wanted to do, qualify, more importantly, for London, which you know has to be frustrating for them, Alexis. And then on top of that, too, there's also some other awkward changes that will be coming into this stage. We'll get into it in a little bit as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they had a good showing. I think especially John off of the IGL role earlier was good, and putting him back on it, they lost a little bit of that firepower as well. So I wonder if he's going to be able to step back into that.
It's such an awkward kind of situation they find themselves where their IGL is fragging even harder when they're not IGLing and they're struggling to actually find who's the person that can actually lead them. Yeah. And like speaking of John, you know. Yeah,
because unfortunately there's a small appendix size bump in the road, if you will, because John QT unfortunately has to sit out this week for medical reasons. Of course, we hope him a speedy recovery and everything is all good. We just want him to make sure that he is all ready to go. But that means the Iceman has returned. Marv is back on the roster. So it's going to be exciting to see Marv take the stage yet again. And yeah, I mean, you know, this is a guy from heck when I was casting the game back in the day, so it's pretty cool to see Marv back in red playing for Sen.
I mean, the Masters Reykjavik MVP, right? Like, here he is. I think last time we saw him, I could be wrong, might have been when he was on NRG, when he had a small stint calling, if I'm not mistaken. So it's gonna be really interesting seeing him, you know, fill in for this roster for the one time. I mean, this is a really important game, so still some pressure on all of them to improve or to win. So I'm interested to see, and I think Jonah P is gonna be calling in this situation.
Yeah, it seems like that will be the role taken for him, but here's the list of his experience and what he's done. I mean, this is a guy, Alexis, who has tasted success. He's been at the top of the mountain before. Obviously, it's a tall task coming into a game, week one, needing to do all this stuff here. But hey, at least you got someone with a great foundation. Oh yeah, I mean, you can look at his history. He's obviously a vet of the game. And honestly, I think the time that he was winning the most is when he was hitting that ice in the veins pose. So I'm hoping he hits that again today to kind of give them good luck. Yeah, just go back to that. Go back to the stuff that worked. You know what I mean? Bring back the hits, Marv. That's all you got to do, Papa. In any case, though, the question is, can Sentinels afford this? This is the thing, right? I cannot stress enough, like, with the way that the standings are playing out as far as champ points are concerned, Mel, like, every single game is going to be really important to get into playoffs, because then you've got to make your way into the finals pretty much if, you know, all things play out the way that we think that they could play out. So this is a really important game. Do you feel like this is kind of not the best way for them to be starting things off right now, or can they shrug this off?
It's tough. There's no other way to say it. It's tough. I mean, they started the last split kind of off on the same foot, so in a weird way, they kind of have experience starting off in a weird way like this. But
it's like 40-60 low chance of Sen qualifying for champs. I'm with you.
Sub, like, honestly, a really great sub. It's kind of funny that it's the same, like, you know how Vic was subbing for the first split, and it's
possible Sen might not qualify, but we'll see.
Let's go. Like, nothing's off the table, it feels like. But yeah, it's a tough start. It's really tough, but I mean, hey, anything can happen. That's all, like, last series, I wasn't expecting it to go 3 maps, and it was a really good game to watch.
Yeah, and Alexis, you know, even with John not being here, what is still your read on this Sentinels team, regardless? Because look, they have a long road ahead of them, some tough matches along the way, especially mid-season. You got 100 Thieves, G2 waiting in the wings.
Yeah, I feel like in theory this should be
वापस Derek bhai, thank you for the 5 gifted मेरी जान के टोटे.
Going against equal footing, if you think about it.
W's.
So I'm thinking that hopefully this should be their easiest match.
W's.
Well, of course, more on Sentinels. Let's send it back over to Dry.
Thank you, Derek bhai. Thank you for the 5 gifted. जिसको भी मिला है. Chupa time. Chupa time.
The biggest motivation sometimes is just
दीपांशु गलती से डिस्कॉर्ड का नाम चेंज नहीं हो रहा. कुछ रहेगा ऑप्शन चेंज करने का.
Paris and of course here in LA. But what would it mean to you for the team to get those wins to make it and get the chance to play in front of your home crowd in Brazil?
it would mean the world for me. I never had the opportunity, how you say it, to play in front of Brazilian crowd. So I mean,
thank you so much, Darak bhai. Love you,
my
yeah.
family, my fiance,
Check out the 5 gifted means a lot.
Rooting for me, that would be insane. I'm really excited.
And I know that we're talking about what's
बहुत L
just in front of
night
you.
market
Is
है
Marv dropping 30 today?
भाई जिसका भी अच्छा है
He can drop 60 if you want.
मेरे साइड से वो कर लेना टॉप अप क्योंकि 5000 के 5350 और ऊपर वाला टॉप अप किया तो फ्री 475 VP मिलेगा प्लस जो डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है वो भी मिलेगा ठीक है
Brazil at the end of stage 2 but here's the interesting thing over on the other side look behind me folks this is Cloud9 squad trying to figure out what this roster is going to be and when you really break it down how these last few months have gone so let's start first you see Oxy you see Zelsis untouched okay they're fine they're good but for Penny Jack comes in around May 2nd then Note leaves around May 8th then Fireball comes in around May 8th then he comes in around the 29th Fireball but then Vic comes back to replace Note so we're kind of back to the same roster except for just one player really swapping out which was just Fireball for Zeppa. It's like when you think about it.
Right. I would love to be a fly on the wall when they're talking about rosters, to be honest.
Does it look like a conspiracy theory web board, you know? Like
yeah, no, this is a lot for the span of only a few months.
Yeah, I mean, a few months. I mean, most of the action took place in May, and then from there they were like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and blow all this up and then figure it out. And then they brought Vic back in, which I think, you know, hey, Vic has been a part of this team, good player, great hand. You know you can rely on him, especially in some big moments. So, yeah, it's just good to see him back on the lineup again playing with the squad, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to have to see whether all these machinations is really going to end up working out for them. It's really an interesting kind of wheelhouse of players kind of going in at SC9. But I want to say that they've finalized. This is the set 5. Going into this split.
Is it? Are we sure?
You know what? Anything beyond this, I'm losing it. This is the set 5. Hold me to it, please.
Well, they're hop, skipping, and jumping along the way. Oxy's still committing, though, poor thing.
I'm not falling for it.
Oxy, you saw there.
Love you, I love you.
That's actually going to be joining the C9 side of things. Where he is. He's right there. Boom. Fireball Ops, one hell of a name as well, is going to be joining the squad here. Let's learn a little bit about this guy. What can you tell
prediction
us about Fireball?
I love you,
either screaming against him or just knowing the player in general.
I've heard that name, I think, since we were on Cloud9 White.
I was going to say, we've been screaming against him for years.
He's been around. He's always been a very consistent player, in my opinion. I think he deserves the shot in Tier 1, absolutely. It is kind of random, like, to pick up Fireball Ops. It feels like they kind of just went to the top, you know, rated players in challengers. Like, oh, let's get this guy.
Filtered by.
Yes, quite
by
literally.
the rating and then just went for it.
So
hey,
I'm hoping he has a good debut.
Yeah, but what should we be expecting from him here for this team? You know, what should the fans be looking
forward
to? Fireball Ops, good lord, that's going to be a name saying 5 times fast and you're going to lose yourself. What should fans be expecting of this young man?
He's an extremely strong Sentinel player. In Tier 2, in Challengers, where they most recently got him, he was dominant on the Chamber, on the Cypher. So you're really looking for someone to take over that dominant Senti role that you've seen players like less take over, right? Just because they're on a duelist doesn't mean they can't have insane impact. So look to him for good lurk timings. Look to him for just winning 50-50s that suddenly look like 90-10s when he's the one taking it. And he's just a great teammate. I haven't heard a single bad thing about this guy. All of his teammates in the past, and he's had, like, you know, he's been playing in Tier 2 for so long. Yeah. Have only had good things to say about him.
Oh, I mean, they were skipping along the hallway.
जब तक आप रेस्पेक्ट नहीं करते तब तक मजा नहीं आता है golf देखने में. Love you, Binks भाई. जब भी होएगा यार next. अभी तो थोड़ा watch parties में busy हूँ वापस. एक बार ये सारा खत्म हो जाएगा फिर free.
We have another Challengers graduate joining C9. Fireball, welcome to VCT Americas. I know that you have been playing with the squad for a little bit in this after stage 1, but what does it feel like?
Prediction रह गया मैं बोल के डाला था.
It's a dream come true. I've been playing since the beta, so it's still all really surreal to me. But they've been so accommodating to me. Like, it's just plug and play, so I'm really excited.
Look, everybody who has been watching Challengers has been talking about you, so I'm very excited. Best of luck today.
Wow, playing since beta. Love you. Finally getting this opportunity for him will certainly be one for him to remember. But of course, folks, match is starting up in just a little bit. Let's see what the talent thought. Who is winning the matchup? This way you guys can yell at us, be mad. So this one, I was not sure. I genuinely was not sure. I predicted this before the John QT news, but I'm still somewhat like confident in Jerwin. I'm still somewhat confident in this team. So yeah, that's my take.
से सारे bosses 5 बार मारा है उसमें से 4 speed run थे. हाँ मैं अच्छा खेला था.
Themselves as well. Like I wonder if coming out they even feel like, oh, we got this, or if they're kind of like, well, we have to kind of see what this new team is going to bring because they have no idea yet.
Yeah. What about for you, Mel? What's your read on both squads?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Sentinels. I made that prediction as well before I knew about the substitute situation, but still, I'm going to hold true. I'm going to hold my ground. I think, you know, from what C9 has told us, apparently their scrim win rate was trash, but I don't think bringing him in is going to change that within the span of a week or two, right? This is like a long-term project and vision that you're hopefully building for the rest of the split. So I don't think we're going to see immediate results right now.
पिछले स्टांस के बिना खेला था भाई वो क्या रेज बिट किया था भाई चैट को भाई.
But of course it would be wild.
Kunal bhai, thank you so much for the membership. Membership के लिए आया.
Are they the stage kind of handlers, the group
players?
Are they the group merchants, or are they going to stand true and actually pop off in the playoffs? There's a lot of pressure for both of these teams. And as we talked about before, every single matchup is going to be important because you want to make your way into playoffs as soon as you possibly can.
अच्छा तो वो खेल गई मेरे साथ ऐसे होना
चाहिए. Get ready for our second matchup. We got Cloud9 versus the Sentinels. Take it away.
Love you, Kunal bhai. Love you. Thank you for the membership. Love you, मेरे जान कुटे.
Second match of stage 2.
Chess exhibition करोगे 11 to 15 first, mostly yes.
That first win, Cloud9.
Is this finally the roster that C9 has been waiting for? Are these the players that they've been waiting for to pick up this team? Or will they fall short with such a little time to prepare with this new squad? I mean,
yeah, this is a big opportunity here for Cloud9. The excitement is there. Oxy, when you see him on the stage, you always know he's going to be a ball of energy, and they're certainly going to need the channel that to get ready for this matchup. It's going to be tough, without a doubt. But I think it goes without saying that the C9 squad, time and time again, when faced with challenges, have found ways to manage to step past that. The question is, can they do so one more time? Can they do so when it matters most? Here, stage 2, with playoffs on the horizon. That's the question on the fans' minds. And of course, we're going to find out how their opponent is going to respond in just a sec.
And on the other side, let's make some noise for Sentinels!
Sentinels is a team that has known about adversity since the beginning of their roster and their involvement in Valorant, and we're seeing them here yet again. Another challenge. Are they going to have the grit to show up to this match and take it away with a substitute player in, without their IGL, a mid-rounder in his place? Are we going to see them win this match against a C9 who is looking a little crazy around the edges with the roster changes?
Yeah, that's right. And let's not forget Jonah Peace coming into this one, needing to lead the team here. He, of course, is well known in his G2 days as being the guy who would kind of source that information on the Sova for his teammates, being the one who would kind of deliver that news for them, and you know, good on the mid rounds, really good in supporting that. Now he's going to be the one in the driver's seat, fully responsible. It's a tall task here to ask.
And I think the connection between Jonah P, John QT, and their coach Ewok, obviously John QT isn't here, but Ewok has now had months to work with this team, right? When he was brought in, it was their first time kind of...
Yeah, SEN champs also that tough.
We're going to Summit, baby!
Thank you for the 100 jewels.
Of course they'll take us to Summit. That makes a lot of sense. All right, what do we think about this? Because that means C9 have been putting in some work. Alexis, your read on Summit.
I really want to see what comp they're playing, but it makes sense. C9 has had a lot of time to sit and prepare and really theory craft on the map and think about what would suit their
I don't think.
Do you think Sentinels have that same kind of time as well, right? I mean, obviously with Marv coming in and replacing, right, certainly going to be some things that they kind of are cooking up here, surely.
Viper देखने मिल सकता है.
Wait, while Masters London was going on, so I can only imagine what they have both been able to cook up. But really, I'm very interested in the fact that this is kind of in line with C9's
Phoenix
philosophy, kind of as a board, as a
है.
team. They're willing to take risks, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about with all these roster changes. So I'm honestly really happy to see C9 really leading into the risk taking and picking a new map first out
Race
of the
पता नहीं
gate.
अच्छा
Yeah, it's available. You know, might as well take
Oxygen
it.
Right.
See what happens. You know, you got to pick up these wins. As we had noted earlier, right? Like all of these victories that you're going to be picking up, they are going to matter, right? Like granted, there's going to be so much between now and when we get to the playoffs, play-ins, and everything like that. But every victory, you want to try and pick up as much as you can.
Harbor, Viper,
let's go ahead and see
Cypher,
what these competitions are looking like. Yeah,
Bro,
I mean, Harbor, you
C9
called
comp
it earlier.
अच्छा लग रहा है.
Yeah, I told them to play it.
C9 comp अच्छा लग रहा
Yeah, they
है.
saw my analysis and they're like, you know what, she's right.
C9
It's
comp.
pretty good.
Just changing their whole game plan. They just saw Harbor on the
C9
curveball.
comp
Like,
अच्छा लग
yeah,
रहा है.
we'll go for that. Let's see what Sentinels are running here. Harbor
There it
as
is.
well. And the way
Oh,
that they're going to be bringing
Rise.
into this one. Interesting stuff here. What do we make of these two compositions, though?
If I remember seeing what I just saw correctly, was that C9 that was running
C9
Astra?
comp.
So we're seeing an Omen versus Astra potentially here. And yeah, the
I think
Harbor
C9
from
comp
both
chat.
teams, Lexi's analysis ringing true. No Sage. I
दूसरा
want to say
में
there's Cypher on
conflict
both
है
sides. So
because
interesting
NBA
information
France
gained
का
from
है
both
ठीक
sides.
है.
Friends, we are about to see Summit played here at Americas for the first time, and it's going to be an interesting one without a doubt. So let's go
Astra
ahead and send it over to your
Harbor better
casters
नहीं
who
है.
are not
Astra
at
से अच्छा
all
Viper है
depressed
मेरे.
about England's sad loss against Argentina. Big fans of Messi, by the way. Here's Brennan's sideshow.
Yeah, it's just no need.
Argentina
They were
जीतेगा.
originally going to put us on the previous game, and we refused on the basis that we'd have to cast the Argentinian players.
Okay, all right, Sentinels, Cloud9.
Yes.
Reset. Let's ground ourselves and not think about the World Cup at all. This is a game, honestly, there's a lot to play for in terms of this one here. Stage 2, two teams that are looking to get off on the best foot forwards, I think, coming out of Stage 2, because Sentinels, they've had this whole issue of rebuilding throughout the year, and they were off to a strong start, I think, towards the tail end of Stage 1, but now a wrench into the plans with John QT having to take a step back. He was in surgery, and now Marv stepping in for them. It's a lot of
थोड़ा जगजग हो रहा है आज
could
कुछ.
be said for Cloud9. I mean,
देख के सब ठीक हो जाएगा ना, सब ठीक हो जाएगा मेरी जान के ऊपर.
we see Summit for the first time
They're
in
back.
Americas.
That's awesome.
And that's going to be the focus for now.
सब ठीक हो
Yep,
जाएगा.
we saw it for the first time in Pacific this morning. Now we get to see it in Americas too. It's going to be a lot of fun to see. This is also the first time we're seeing anybody pick Vice on the map.
See the nade nice and early here. Quadazir going to be pushed off and away from the angle to Cove, though. Nice little pocket of play in for Oxy. Gonna dissect up most of this ace side, but reinforcements already arriving. Sentinels are waiting in the wings for now, but his walls intercepting makes it awkward. Now they're catching. Wall's going to be fading alongside the smokes. Catch potentially out in the corner. No. You see the whole team moving up
Bro,
on the side.
ये
Got
तो
no push
बहुत
back
गंदा है.
at all.
500
Cloud9
बंदे
are corralled
साइड
into
के
a
अंदर
corner here. There is nowhere to
अटके.
run. There is nowhere to hide, and it's just Sentinels putting a pinch on them now. Pressure from absolutely every angle. Just a few smokes to really save the day from them, but Oxy activating. Still Jonah P's right there from behind with the blind. Oxy
Bro, मार सकता था
do so
Oxy.
much. Brought down
उसका
to
right
his
click लगा
knees.
नहीं.
Sat back down to that spectator seat. It's Sentinels at a pistol round win.
And Redux with a 3K. This
भाई,
is
लेकिन
the
एकदम
guy for me looking at this Sentinels
अटकते थे
roster.
बे.
Redux has got so much talent and they flex him around a ton. You
पांच
think
बंदे
you
इतना
want to put the
छोटा
guy
साइड
on
के अंदर
a role where he
अटके
can
थे वो
absolutely
लोग.
excel. He ends up getting used a bit as a Swiss Army knife for this team. But he still finds all of that value. Hey! Come on! Come on! That's a post plan for Cloud9 where they probably should have tried to push a little more aggressive. Getting all 5 players stuck on the inside there is no good. You've got to go
in main, nobody holding yard.
You've got to go forwards, get into that little pocket, go and try to take some
बहुत सारे
care
अच्छे.
control.
नया वाला फैंटम भी अच्छा है.
Not an ideal
Only
start
भी
for
अच्छा है.
Cloud9.
I like this though, a little progression smoke from the Harbour just to be able to play for the orbs.
Yeah. The wall's going to be triggered here, but it does separate Oxy from the rest of the pack. He's the one with the spike. Now revealed up the Cove, barely saving him for the moment, but he will be whittled down regardless. Plenty more weapons where that came from. Quadazir, target-rich environment, and he will thrive off the back of it. Halfway to the ult now, flawless here for Sentinels.
It's a great beginning for them. It's their opponent's map pick, and you've got to imagine on a map that has basically only just come out.
Yeah.
मैं मिड फाइट देखने गया रे
Most
क्या
of the
सीन है
teams are
करके.
not going to be
दरवाजा बंद कर
And
रहे.
that's why I think it's understandable that Cloud9 will try and opt into it. They're a team that have spoken about struggles in scrims recently.
Yep.
There's their manager, Johnny, I think, saying they had about a 20% win rate, and that's why they made chops and change with no...
Language
Vic
bubble.
in.
Vic back in.
Yeah, Vic back in, exactly. Minus Mitch plus Mitch, minus Vic plus Vic.
Minus
Same old
vanity
story,
plus
yeah, minus
vanity.
vanity plus vanity.
They love it, don't they?
They do love it.
Well, SEN are going to lock down the A side with their Vice again. That means that
a lot of pressure.
Business is open.
Yep, Paranoia's going to be connecting. Redux, though, is in a very tricky spot. Movement of Jar just trying to play this one nicely. Still, Oxy will shut him down. But a better weaponry in their hands now and a full site access. Going to be claimed by Cloud9.
Mid wall बनने कर रहे हैं कितना risky है भाई आलोक बहुत
inside those thorns. But now he's back up to 75 health and 2 away from a showstopper. Good post plant positioning as well, tucked in here. But they've got 2 in drop. Feels like a bit much.
Yeah, potentially. No, only working with a judge, and then when he tries to exchange the weapons, bullet to the dome.
Fireball ने कुछ तो crazy मारा है.
Going either way though, still 2v3.
एक भी गन गिरा है अभी तो OP.
Like you said, 2 players in drop might be a little bit too much, but honestly, it's so unorthodox. It might
Bing ने
work.
better read कर लिया double smokes. Double smokes I feel best
for now, waiting for the timing, so the util to come back up with that Cove put out, trying to force the issue in a couple of these fights. Fireball ops now takes a swing through, but already that timing was kind of preordained. Cortazir is now in a rough spot. A tap though, pulling these players out. The time is of the essence, and he's just cycling through the util.
A bit of a mistake there towards the end. Time was crunching down anyway.
Yeah, he would have had a chance regardless, but still.
Good bonus again, though.
Yeah, you want to try to play it to as many outs as possible. I really am not a big fan of that post-plant positioning. They just had Cypher, Fireball Locks isolated over towards main here. The plant is full main as well, or at least you've got decent positioning from main. And these post-plants are going to be absolutely crucial for Cloud9 to convert. Take a look at the guns now for Sentinels. An opt for Jerwin.
He is. Oxy only opted into the Stinger, but he has a showstopper.
लेकिन मेरे को I think Harbor Viper ही ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है.
Quite a lot of teams are running.
मतलब ज़्यादा कुछ ऐसा पोज़ी है नहीं जो.
Oh, what a shot from Jerwin to peak. Immediate punish for it. Util's going to be sent flying forwards with the door shutting down in their faces. Walls on either side once more. Snake bite, slight pocket. Jerwin snaps to the side but peels back and away. There's a lot of damage done. Hold on, hold on. Choose to take the shot.
That's how we know he's not cheap.
Yeah, that's how. So one way propped up now though. Still a 3v4 here for Sentinels to play into. Time pressure's not on them as of yet. The plant still needs to go down here for Cloud9.
Yeah, they're just waiting for some of that smoke util to come back. The Harbor really useful for executing these B splits, because otherwise with more traditional comps, you're going to run out of smokes fairly quickly.
Yep.
A lot of pauses being taken at the right moment. Post-plant position at this time, Cloud9 bunkering down, but that's going to be Steel Garden, pushing them back into the extremities here. Jack looking to go down with a ship. He's playing that forward position to show signs of life, just a slight peek out, but he still can't remove him. Odin spam spraying it away. Somehow it just goes either way. Jack gets that weapon back into his hands. Still brought down and traded out, but this is surely not winnable for Marved. Iceman back on the stage, but he's going to give this one up now. Cloud9 are going to drag it level.
At that time, much more disciplined in terms of the positions on the site that they got to. Knew that they wanted to back off into those passive positions, and how Jack quite stayed alive there. Who knows? I mean, he just tucked himself in, didn't he? I don't think the Sentinels necessarily knew that he was there. What a beat to go for Jerwin, considering the way that that round opened up. C9 will be very happy they came away with the round in the end.
Couple of blind shots.
2 मिनट कर रहे प्लस वो लोग स्पेस भी दे रहे लेकिन बहुत गैप्स है.
Okay.
It's pretty reasonable. I mean, this is a new map. People will have gaps all over their game.
अभी अकेला तो शायद बंद
to identify that early.
नहीं?
Especially when Jack is just stood there with no gun and doesn't get punished for it. So now they swap the defensive positions over on the light buy. Cortazia goes over towards B. More of a fight happening over at A.
क्या बंद किया? अकेले तब बंद कर रहे.
Just trying to sidestep away from the Prowler, doesn't reveal the position. Jerwin. So there for now.
They've got Paranoia here as well off Jerwin's contact.
Yep. We were saying there's a different setup in terms of the Viper wall up, but he's going to be brought down. Paranoia does sweep and connect. It's a lovely shot from Jerwin. He's going for a few more. Squares up. Postures, he's keen for the fight.
Bro, I think उसने नेड में टिपी मारा.
Tapping away here. Orb's going to be.
ये जो आर्बर वॉल है ना वो अच्छा है बे. तुम लोग बड़ी में वो गैप से भी जा सकते हो.
I think the post plants are going to be really important for C9. If they have identified that Sentinels have got a bit of a weakness in terms of retake, it's early doors. It's only been 4 serious rounds.
Well,
But
if C9
can get themselves into good post-plant positions, I mean, in a spot like this, if you can close the door over here and get yourself positioned deep in cave, then it's pretty tough for the retakers to do anything. I mean, they're coming through really, really small choke points here and here.
Yep.
And so I think what we're going to see more and more as the metagame develops on this map is that if A-site hits are pretty feasible, and if you can get into good post-plant positions, I think it's much more likely the defenders are going to start flank retaking. But we're in such early days of Summit that people are still trying to figure out these.
I mean, look at the comps on either side, right?
Absolutely.
That's a massive indicator that meta is not quite settled.
No.
Summit's still being figured out here, but a nice lead for Cloud9. Got to say, it's important for them as well to strike while the iron is hot, or especially when Senna weakened due to circumstances.
What the?
It's a nasty angle, yeah.
Well, yeah. Jonah P barely let a pixel show as well.
Question ये कि क्या इसमें
You're talking about comps, Brent.
Solo Astra खेल
One of these
सकता है.
teams is going to win with double controller here because they're both playing it. It was only just this morning that we had our first double controller victory against a non-double controller team on Summit. And the rest of the time, even though these comps seem powerful in theory, the double duelist just run at them style has been working a bit better.
Abundance of smokes coming through. Let's see, listen into Cloud9, see what they got up their sleeves.
Just wait. Can you Roomba cat right now? You, Jack and Raze are gonna work A. Me
जैसे ये same ball उस दिन हर्ष को कर रहे थे आप तो 2-3 wall कर सकते हैं मतलब मैच देख के मालूम पड़ता है कैसे
wait 5 seconds and I'm gonna call for you guys and you guys will start going.
I'll dog and I'll just
2 seconds. Wait.
I'll
break.
भी डिपेंड करता है retake wall अलग रहते हैं
One double song this Jordan. You go wide.
घुसने वाला wall अलग
Okay, I need help.
I'm multi-back. Go B. Speed B. You're good for me. You're good.
No wall. I'm walking out.
We don't need to speed up. We can come guys. Come. I'm multi.
One dead.
Oh, half that body. I hit him. I'm walling. I'm winding, guys. Go through.
Just one guy.
I'm waiting for you guys. Just go through. I have it.
Yeah.
I'm playing for man.
Out there.
Control the post plant. We can keep drop. Yes. You guys can sit spawn. Just keep link. Plant out. Plant out. Can you hold this,
I think
Francis?
Cypher clear होएगा
I'm trying to peek off you, Fire. No, they're all there for this. You guys are good. I'm peeking off you, Cam.
Yeah, we're all off Cam.
Keep on the trophy. You exposed drop?
Yeah, well, kind of.
They could drop.
Yep, clear हो गया.
I'm Joel.
Maybe heavy spawn.
Yeah, heavy spawn guys, I think.
One more.
Two more spawn.
Trophy dead.
We can play spam, guys. Just cool off.
Walk right after. Walk right.
Last player standing.
Nice try.
Guys, breathe.
इसमें भी bro.
Decent try by Cloud9. I'm trying to piece it together. They found
इसमें कुछ
a bit of a
spam
weak
है
spot
क्या?
on the B side.
नहीं ना,
Get
सिर्फ
it going
choke
towards
point
the end. The
spam
retake
ना बस.
finally paying off for Sen.
Well, they just walked one by one into Kudzia's gun there.
Yeah, they did.
He mowed them down towards the end. He was certainly the player that mattered the most in this situation. He gets a bit of a freebie, a little bit unlucky, you could argue, but then the way that they're trying to swing into him.
We have a new Brock in the city, guys. We have a new Brock.
He's 10-3. Abusing the Odin on this map. Pretty reasonable. Calling yourself the new Brock. I don't mind it. Here's Elsis really active
क्या
there.
इसमें solo Brim भी खेल सकते हैं?
The puppeteer. But he's also said in an interview before this, if I could beat Sentinels, even if it took me losing the other 4 games in groups, I would.
Well, there you go. I mean, talk about skin in the game, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if there would be a player with a lot to play for against Sentinels, it would be Zelsis, wouldn't it?
I wonder if it takes it out a little bit that John isn't on the other side. It doesn't get to IGL versus IGL against it.
Potentially. Let's see, it's a nice...
Good morning, man. Good morning.
It's going to be ripped its way across early. Some of the peel back. The pressure on
इतना खुला मैदान में मेरे को लाइनअप दिख रहा है दूर-दूर से.
Smokes. Cut noise is called for.
Yeah, look at this big push out on A though, which just means that you can stack super
चलो
heavy on the other side of the
को
map.
ज़्यादा
It's pretty
angles
rare
नहीं
that
है.
you get a push like this going on the A side.
फर्क
So you
पड़ेगा
have to
रे.
clear a lot as you go through A
बहुत
main.
फर्क पड़ेगा. Plus उसका
But here, just based off the pressure
volley
early
delay
from
भी बहुत
C9 and the fact
फर्क
that Sen are
पड़ेगा.
able to
बहुत
slow
फर्क
them down
पड़ेगा.
with the Vice util, they've got this nice push out of Jerwin.
So Cloud9 might be walking into a trap here. It's an unorthodox angle by Quarters here, I've got to say.
It's
the Odin close quarters here.
It's pretty nice though. There's no way that C9 are going to be hard clearing left as they go in.
Smokes up though. Could potentially play around. Prowler, bit of spam, and away. It's all Cloud9 though. Filled up the feed nicely here, Marv. Danger player. Tight close quarters. ISO in the angles nicely. He's down at least 2 before he goes down to his own grave. Plant will go down. Cloud9 So let's Guardian
Five Lobs taking a moment there just to optimize the plan position for B-main, but nobody can extract themselves to play off it.
And Sentinels are going to need some individuality, I think, to shine through in a situation like this. This just goes wide, misses. Vic is able to swing off the back of this one now, just down to that Jonah P. ISO, what's Oxy doing? Swings out wide, and Vic noted, but wins it all anyway.
He's come back to Tier 1 to save C9 in spots like that. Jonah P knew exactly what was going on there. They knew that there was a player tucked into the left side and somebody trying to play off his contact. Oxy swings early because otherwise if he plays off the contact, he figures it's just likely that Jonah P's holding for him. Tries to mix it up. Doesn't work, but Vic lands the shot anyway. That's the panic button.
Timeout taken.
Alarm bells ring out throughout the Riot Games studios. Ewok takes the panic.
Worth reiterating, of course, this is, Sentinels, they're not at full strength, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
T out of the roster, Marv having to step in after. I'm not going to count his little stint on Chet's pets. I'm going to say his last time playing was 2024, to be honest.
Best controller.
So he hasn't seen any time on the stage.
100 million and 1,000%.
Well, he hasn't been...
No. But I think it's such an interesting scenario, a match like this, because both of these teams, in order to do anything for the rest of this year, in order to get to champs, they essentially need to make the grand final of America, because they've done so poorly across stage 1 that they have 1 and 2 champ points between them.
Yeah, so you can't bank on that. Doesn't matter how many wins you get in the group stage.
No.
Stage 2.
This game does not necessarily matter in terms of champs points. What they're playing for is to get top 2 in their group maybe and skip all the way through to playoffs.
Yeah, the best seeding.
So that Sentinels don't have to play against Kaplan and Caillou in play-ins.
Yeah.
But also, they're playing to ramp up slowly throughout the course of this season.
I doubt Jet देखने मिलेगा.
To get to a point where they'll be in that kind of form where they can make a run in playoffs.
I think it's a great point. Something we get with this new format that's being teased, I suppose, before we really change everything up in 2027. Definitely means there's a lot less pressure in stage 2 for some of these teams.
I think the pressure's on right now for C9 though, because if you lose to a SEN that doesn't have their IGL, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, it's dire tidings, isn't it? Definitely is. We're going to see this one. A lot of pressure being made. Crossover towards B, back over towards A now. Wall being triggered. Oxy just has to sit tight. Now with the rest of the pack right behind him, he's going to be leading that one all the way through and forwards. It's 1 kill for Cortesier, traded out. And hold on, SEN grouping up, but they've only got the pistols.
Not closing this door.
No.
C9.
Given access, ult's being offloaded. We're going to see this one ripping its way across. Blinds them all in the process. Fireball Op's going to be taken down, hands over the rifle, but it might not matter. Still with that pit. Oh my, it's just Jonah. It's a great leveler, man. Barreled over all of them. Jack is going to have to hope for that random spam sheer chance of going fishing for the kills, but blinded up and pushed into the corner behind the box. It's all too predictable for Jonah P. A nice little 3-piece. Barely any weaponry to work with.
Jack might have had to read earlier that Sentinels can't play retake, but C9 are giving them a good go for it on this map, on this site. Their post plant positioning is so passive. They're almost rolling out a red carpet.
They're loving
that from Marv.
Yeah.
C9 never taking more aggressive positions. Never even breaking the door on A.
I mean, denying another avenue that SEN were just able to walk all the way out.
They've got some shocking post-plant positioning at the moment on the A side. Back in these rounds. Here comes Oxy, though.
He's not wasting any time. It's already the showstopper. Ripped off, but a few's going to be dissipating down. He has to wait out the Thorns. Got to respect this one, and that means the ult's basically expended.
Yeah, these players at A main, though, are going to find it difficult to get through because there's still Vice Util to penetrate.
Yep, into a corner. It's a lot of damage, though, that goes either way. Cortesier doing a decent enough job. Seeing it now. Snake biting the C's, connects up. Oh, he's just found a slightest of angles. Hold on. It's not enough. We fall into that one.
Another opportunity for C9 to fix what's been going wrong with their post plans. If they can get a little deeper, fight over cave, maybe they can hold on.
Still guarded. Overlaps up here. It's going to be an ult for an ult, pound for pound. But Nightfall just with the classic. How's he doing that? Traded in the end here. But again, Cloud9 in a player advantage situation, especially now. Cortesier going down, and this should just be Matter of fact.
Jerwin!
Hold on! Speaking way too soon, saturate flying forwards! Ace claimed! With a double dash, plenty of time left in the bank.
One of the best aces that we've seen in Americas this year. Never mind this stage. This stage has only just begun. It's a play of the day, the play of the tournament so far, and that'll take some beating. That was a monstrously good ace.
Yeah, my bad for calling it too early.
No, but it should have been. It absolutely should have been an easy cleanup. And I'm not even mad about how C9 played that. Yeah. They were really trying to swing off each other's contact. That's a crazy play.
Crispy.
That's why they brought him in. Struggled a little throughout stage 1, but Jerwin, if he can access form that's anywhere near that, Sen will have a great chance.
Looking real nice here. Cove, Carolina needs to be broken. They don't account for Marv though whatsoever. Cortez is right there alongside him. Shoulder to shoulder. Marv might have gone down, but he just follows the traces, connects the dots through the smoke.
And Sen mix up their defense. A much deeper smoke this time. And C9 think it's fake. They just tried to walk through it. That was a force buy round for Cloud9. Their money is now broken. What are they thinking? Just wandering through that one.
Not too sure. 1,000
jewels ka kuch to diya hai.
No respect whatsoever on that.
Chad bhai, love you meri jaan good day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the 1,000 kicks meri jaan good day. Love you meri jaan.
Love to see it.
He's got 11 assists so far as well. I mean, half of them might come from that round. 5 C9 players just walking through a code.
Bizarre.
He's got his hands all over his face already.
I mean, that's standard for me, though.
A little bit of exasperation.
Yeah, a little bit.
It can always get worse.
We've seen.
6-4 for Sen. Off the back of 3 rounds in a row here that have been pure magic. Brilliant to watch.
Yeah.
Again, reminder, without John QT in the server. Some of your new map theory is just going to be laid out already. Some of it is going to be you winging it on the fly.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I mean, we're already seeing evidence of it. I think Cloud9, a couple of their
system बहुत crazy है.
Not closing the door.
उसका animation और वो सब मस्त है ना यार.
Playing entirely too much on site from time to time.
I mean, if you're a C9 fan, you're losing your mind at that duo in ace, but I'm much more inclined to give credit to Jerwin and how he played that.
For sure.
But Sentinels maybe they're like tested a little more with the side swap and they're attacking without their IGL.
Chat मस्त दिखते हैं जब वो जुएल्स बजते हैं. हाँ.
They're looking good.
They're trying to do it for John QT still. That is a nasty shot. Straight through the wall. Jonah P going down. That's going to be handing over a rifle to the opposition. Whoa!
That goes both ways.
All right. Instinctual.
And this is one of the reasons why the defenders have been closing the door a lot.
Yeah, but still Vic doesn't manage to find it.
Oh, it's brutal.
Didn't have the gun for it, did he?
Yeah, Caster ने भी बोला.
But we've been seeing, like you were mentioning, a lot of teams in China playing Summit. They close this door off the rip to not allow this angle, this avenue.
I mean, look at Marv's positioning right now.
Yeah.
Chat, I was not wrong. I was not wrong. I was not wrong, Chat.
Having to worry about the lurk angle. He's already revealed the shot off. Knife out. Mine's going to be ricocheting off the back wall.
Harshil, thank you for the Canadian. $13.99. Love you. Good morning. Love you, Harshil. Love you,
Mirjan. That Odin spam and sprayed out.
Cortez has done amazing to get another one there. 17 and 7.
5 good off.
Ryan right now doing it for John QT.
30 seconds left.
Zelsis pressed into a 1v3 just with the stinger. Util will be coming online, but that is not the angle you were hoping for.
Certainly didn't want to be turning the corner and seeing 3 Sentinels players.
आपको जेल का कितना percentage मिलता है? 100% जितना मैंने सुना है.
Celsius is the one that could have made a difference in this round by trying to connect the dots, create those short-range fights for his team to be able to flourish with a stinger. Crazy shots going around over towards B main to start this. I mean, how else are you going to react to that?
पहली बार देखा वे ऑक्सी को बीटी लेते हो.
So far, Cortez is having a game and a half with the Odin. Just getting into really defensive positions, utilizing the Vice. First time we've seen Vice be picked on this map as well. Nobody's really giving it a try, even though it looks like a great map for the
defensive.
Asian.
I think
almost everyone playing Cypher. Seeing so much Cypher.
A lot of the buffs really helping out actually across the board.
defensive.
Look at this. This time, Cortesia putting that wall deep into A link, which is a strange one. Just anticipating that the Harbor is going to get used on a split. Instead, Zelsis grouping up to pop into Jerwin.
It's going to be sailing up and overhead. That's just to deal with any potential Vice Thorns. Prowler though. Conversion pass going to be layered down. The damage though, surely not. That was Jerwin escaping with his life. Redux with a peel that was necessary. Helps out his teammate now. Cloud9 puts a stop to any plans that they might have had.
That's absurd.
Same
Jerwin should have been caught in the middle of his ult, and then the saturate helps him get out. C9 committed so much to that, and they got absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, worse than nothing. They lost their entry player.
Take quite a lot from Sen. Jonah P committed his own Nightfall just to peel them back and push them away.
Celsius is now leading them into the Vice setup as well. They know that they didn't contact into a wall over towards B.
I just realized they have double up on the ground.
Bro, agar aim in wall rehta
holding this one down now. Look at this. It's cheeky as anything, isn't it? Vice setup here is a bit of a backup, but he's going to be holding his nerve, holding his ground, and there it is. Source a sign of life. Door's going to be broken down, but already damage has been done, and Steel Garden has been saved here. There's not much time at all. They've only got 17 seconds. Cloud9 have got to get a bit of a move on. They need to get this plant down and out now. Sen, wait this one out. Plenty of util ult while they're at it. Steel Garden now going to be utilized. He's going to be pushing them all the way to the sides. He's going to have to be that pivotal player to put a stop to it. Open is the sight line right now. Cortesia just steps right back into it, but that ADS angle is not ideal for it still. Earns his mark. Fireball ups there instantaneously with the trade, but he's going to have to earn it a bit more where that came from. Sen, the triple face up. It's up to Vic. Lift onto the side. Nasty shot to just under Jerwin. The trade, once more, immaculate stuff. Sentinels, an 8-4 half. Nothing to scoff at all.
Amazing rounds coming out of Cortesia, out of Jerwin. Outrageous stuff. Without their IGL even in the server.
ये लोग का defense
going to swap and they'll have to do it on the attack side. But so far, this gambit from C9 of taking Sen to a new map. A map that we haven't seen yet in Americas, barely seen at all across VCT really.
It's not paid off. बहुत heavy वाला left right हो गया था पहला pistol round जब तो लोग सारे set में अटके थे वो तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए. वो तो it's like no. और एक राउंड जब वो लोग वापस सेट में अटके थे. Thank you the vada again. Actually enjoyable map. प्यारा लगता है देखने में भी प्यारा लगता है मेरे को. Ten वाला जल्दी से yes sir.
I know people talk about flexibility and they think about Forsaken, but I just feel like you guys are not talking enough about Redux. You have been willing to play whatever the team needs since last year, since you were in that academy, and now what you have been doing for Sentinels. But where do you actually feel the most comfortable, Redux?
I mean, I like Omen and Phoenix the most right now. It's my... I mean, I don't mind playing like kind of like any role, to be honest. But my most comfortable is probably those agents. Maybe some other duelists too. Some other controllers maybe. We'll have to see.
Okay, a little bit of a spoiler. Can we see that?
Okay, duelist or controller basically. पूरा गया. Oh, thank you for the 500 jewels. मेरी जान कटे प्रतिबंध. I love you.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Good morning.
Yeah,
good morning.
Good morning.
Love you, Jan. Love you, Jan.
8-4 currently. And Sentinels, I mean, this is about as good as a beginning as you could hope for. With John QT having to sit out for this one. Bringing in Marv out of cryo freeze. Right? Like, it's just, this guy has just been out of action for years.
Berex का मैच कब ये पता नहीं आज कौन सा मैच है.
Together here against a Cloud9 squad that has been battered around, been chopping and changing themselves with the players and whatnot. There is a slight delay. Settings are being messed with.
It all comes down to that little swap Jack was talking about how Sentinels couldn't retake, and yet 5 of the rifle rounds that they won out of 6 were retake rounds, actually. Some powered by absurd performances coming out from Jerwin or Cortezia being able to find those picks before the plant even got down.
FS, NS or
But this is so far so good for Sen, and C9 have really got to show us where the
mostly
theory
अपन
is.
एक करेंगे FS,
Interestingly enough, Cypher raised the agents that C9 are running, more of their kind of
उसके बाद I think
they haven't lost so far in non-mirror win rates on this map. It's a small sample size, but people that have been playing the Cypher, people that have been playing the Rays, your Billy Billies of the world, for example, it's been working really well for them. But down 8-4, they need a pistol. Sen took the first one, but I mean, it was the rifle rounds where they really ran away with it.
Yeah, it really was. We are just waiting to get back into this one. I mean, in terms of what's being changed,
क्या लग रहा है कौन
I
जीत
can
रहा है
speculate
पता
for
नहीं
you. Maybe Oxy's looking for the perfect crosshair.
It could be.
Could be.
You think that'll make the difference?
It's a nice, I mean, it's a great way to de-stress during ranked. Things aren't going well. I love to mute all my teammates and change my crosshair when things aren't going well. It's a stellar strategy. We're getting into it though, second half of Summit. As our timer ticks down here, we get to see, is it going to be Sentinels closing this map out? For Cloud9.
C9 are grouped up pretty heavy over towards B main. This is a very standard defensive setup. You have your Cypher anchoring A, and people fighting over B main instead. Lots of teams around the world choosing defense setups like this. Cortezia doesn't seem like he wants to be holding on to this. He's just got the wall and the rest of the team looking to go and take mid.
It's an interesting smoke, isn't it? Gets you a lot of space in through mid nice and early. Door's going to be broken now towards mid, and that does cut off available avenues now for Sentinels to potentially lurk through, but they're going to be setting this one. Flying forwards now through A-Link. Just Jerwin taking. He's trying to cut away the door. Peels all the way back with the refract. Bit of working of the map here by Sentinels. Wow, just double dash again. Fakes on fakes of a Prowler and a bit of util. They're just trying to pull rotations all the way around here. Bait and switches abound, but now with that high tide, it does reveal their hands.
Yeah, and Oxy's full pushed out B main in this meantime.
Catching that contact, Fireball Ops though. Play to do something about it, but he's just going to be playing to hold and control over towards Cave.
Let's see how Sentinels play these post plants. Smart from Fireball Ops to just back up. After they'd lost yard control, very hard to hold. But he just maintains control of Cave instead. That is going to allow C9 to be able to come back in on the retake a bit better.
They're going to fight this one. Sentinels gearing up for it. It's going to be a clash. Bloodbath potentially occurring out towards that Cave area, but Horns dissipating, and now the Cove's up. Calling for a bit of a rolling retreat here. Sentinels just looking to bleed time off the clock. Hopefully not paying with their lives, but Cloud9 still find a way forwards and through mode. He's just out of bullets. Cortezia, it's all in your hands now. Whittled down, Vic is barely alive at all. Swing out with his half. Potential win comes now. Jack to tap, and now a full stick potentially. Slight swing, slightest of adjustments. And Audiora in a world there for the Red Bull clutch. Cortezia, no slowing down.
21 kills. 21 and 7. He's having an astonishingly good match. So clean with these one taps as well with Bandit in hand. Deletes Jack at the end. The more pushed up position in the post plant, C9 actually managed to barrel their way out through the cove.
भाई कोई 10 पे नहीं है C9
That's
का.
double pistol now for Sentinels. Up 9-4. It's going to be incredibly tough for C9, who picked this map to be able to come back.
This was their gambit. Okay.
Seen teams do this as well. You just want to deny the orbs.
Yeah. In real time. Celsius couldn't join the rest of them, so he's going to look to see if he can do as much damage as possible.
And he does the Redux as he's peeking over the top of his monitor, trying to lock eyes with Cortezia. I don't think you can really get in the head of a guy who's 21 and 8.
No.
After you just kill him in a pistol v pistol duel. He's not worried about that.
Sentinels looking at an incredibly healthy bonus round coming up.
I don't mean to be rude, but Celsius has almost as many kills on his teammates as he does on the other team. he just got a 4K on C9.
It's absurd. it's
I don't think we've ever seen that before.
It's quite funny though, isn't it? It's quite funny. Yeah.
And that's a stat for the ages.
All right, Sentinels, you got a lot of guns, and you're running away with this map now. Big reveal off onto the one, but no spam in sight. Jerwin insert over towards that drop angle. Redux on a deep TP. They weren't anticipating that at all. It's a crazy timing to take. Vic taken out of the picture. How does the retake look now for Cloud9? Tide ready.
See that side?
It's it loose now, just to the sides, but it's going to be difficult. It's just going to be partitioning it up. Take it into one direction. That nade should be good. Yeah, it's going to be pushing these players right out to the open. And that's a pick your poison situation. It's a lovely nade. 2 players immediately removed. Earns another one back up. But Jonah P looking to see if he can play off the back of all this chaos. Weaving in and out past the cove. He's found his mark. Found his timing. Stretch true. Puts a stake through the heart of the opposition there. That is 11 rounds now for SEN.
C9 had the idea of what they wanted to do on the retake. They throw down the harbor wall. They get into position. Slowly work their way through the site. But the smokes on the site just allowed Jonah P the perfect angle to play around.
I think C9
and a 3K from this spot.
Yo, Cortez, what time is it? What time is it?
Especially Cortez, yeah, बहुत बाप खेल रहा है. लेकिन I think C9.
Yeah. 3 times.
Considering उनका comp थोड़ा
he would.
Yeah.
It's the final time better being used here by C9.
Harbor Viper के साथ.
At this point, it's pure desperation on Summit. The gambit of picking into the newest map in a pool. I like the idea of it, the concept being that...
Binks, you didn't get the plant in hand because you didn't take...
Then we'll go on to a new map where the playbook isn't quite as fleshed out.
I think it makes a lot of sense. I think also C9's ideas have not been that much worse than SEN's. Yeah. I'm not saying they've been lighting the world on fire either, but a lot of the rounds have come down to they can't remove a single player from a spot. In that round, it was Jonah P. In the round where Jerwin aces, it's very clearly Jerwin's individualism that carries SEN across the line. Cortezia has also just been a nightmare for them to deal with.
It's dominating.
Fairly solo in a lot of spots. He won a retake on his own, just mowing them down with the Odin.
It's half armor across the board. Outlaw might thrive in Cortezia's hands. We'll see.
I think Marv is going to be wanting to pick up this ult orb over towards B main.
Yeah, there's a lot of big ults that potentially coming online soon.
Got to be worried about traps though. This map with its congested
extremities.
Very strong trap plays for the defenders.
It's very claustrophobic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tap.
Marv is worried.
Yeah. He's got the cove that he can activate there. He was waiting, he was baiting it out. Trying to see if the spam was online there. So he does get his ult in the process.
I have the spike.
Slow around here, my son.
And Vic actually goes for the rotate here. Thinking, right, well, we know that they just got Harbor ult in B main. If they were going to go B, they probably would have taken an earlier timing. But that read is wrong. And it leaves Fireball Ops, the new player for Cloud9, home alone.
लेकिन Cage और C's आ सकते हैं वहाँ से.
Cuts it up onto the one side of the boxes, but might be swiftly overwhelmed. Camera catching contact.
WC, WK.
Attempting to peel this one out, but trip forwards now dominating inside that cage. Fireball Ops at least takes the one out. Now bides his time, waiting for it. Cortezia. Oh my! Sidearm peeled and pulled all the way out. It's Celtics' head that just rolls straight off. 3 still, and Sentinel's not giving up any semblance of ground. Fighting tooth and nail for this one, and slipping his way through the cracks. That's Redux.
I love these insert positions over towards Trophy. So difficult to deal with.
Trophy or Jack का नाम?
Jack doesn't even want to go for it. You're 11-4 down. How many more opportunities are you even going to get?
By the way, एक बात पूछूं? मैंने already पूछ लिया, ये बोलने वाला है.
Are surely less than the chance of you winning this 1v3. But he's going to take the percentage play in his head and back it up. C9 are really struggling here. Sentinels allowed to do whatever they like. And they don't seem particularly bothered by the fact that they don't have their IGL in the server right now. No shade to John, but it's just... It's been working today so far.
I mean, the individuals are popping, that's for sure, but I think Sen have had some great ideas too.
Well, this one was very simple. You just go B, you grab the Harbor ultimate, wait a little bit to see if there's a reaction, and then hit the site with it. But they were thinking, I mean, this is shocking. You can't be letting him pull out his sheriff and then still get the kill. There has to be more confidence.
5-second animation as he takes the sheriff out.
I know.
क्या हो गया यार C9 को यार?
Still, he's got a hot hand right now. And Cloud9 are feeling it.
Could be a fight here of the ult orb.
Definitely could. One way is going to be dissipating a bit of this aggression, but a DTP of Redux, yeah. It's going to be gearing up now. Takes all that ground forwards. It's got an ult online, potentially.
I mean, pick this up.
Late in पे कब जा रहे हो?
Omen TPs in. So a bit of chaos.
ना करो यार.
As we were mentioning, it is claustrophobic.
It's really tough as the defenders to go and re-clear over towards A right now. You'll see you'll see Jack try to do it with a Prowler, but there's just so many spots where that Prowler could have been dodged. C9 are never really confident that this A repop isn't coming through.
आपको रोस्ट करना मुश्किल है गेम प्ले खुद का देता ठीक है.
Yeah, they're going to go for the B fake.
Yeah, it's Sentinels trying to fake with the B pressure, at least deep smokes overlapped. See if this gets sold to Cloud9. Double action shield, sending him all the way in. It does have the refractor peel back anyway. Deep Omen TP into Cave. This is layers on layers towards this one.
It's a masterclass from the Marved IGL.
Yeah, he's just worked him.
Bro, सब बराबर है लेकिन वेले पे रखो ना नजर आ हुआ है पर.
What is his position? Underneath the doorway, does not matter. Still Guardians just to buy them critical seconds and push.
Full time mid anchor करना पड़ेगा.
And the Vice ults have been so good for positioning.
Yeah, but now looking to see if they can play this retake again. Just trying to stun a step, peel out and play out their way forwards. As Redux out from behind. He's got that rifle in hand. He's layering him down with lead and bullets. Enough time to get a reload off. Smokes on smokes maybe to save the day, but for Cloud9 it feels like death sentence potentially being called out here. The toll just ringing out, and at this point, surely it's curtains. Vic, not long for the world there. 13-4 is the finish for Summit. Unreal stuff from Sentinels, doing it for John QT. There's still more maps left to play.
That final round, just being able to pull off a beautiful fake without your IGL in the server.
Yeah.
Much better post-plant understanding in terms of
नहीं,
positioning
आपका
as well.
रोस्टिंग एंड कॉमेडी गेम प्ले से अच्छे है ना. गेम प्ले बुढ़ा हो गया. एक सेकंड, ये ज़ेरेफ फैन बोल रहा है.
Unreal result here for Sentinels. We're hoping for the best foot forward into stage 2.
गेम प्ले के बारे में
much better than that, to be honest, for an opening map. We're going to go to Haven next. Now there's Sentinels map pick. Potential territory for them as well to really excel and to see if they can close out this series.
तो जब आप क्या गेम हो रहा है मोस्टली नया मैप पे इसलिए ऐसा हुआ रहेगा. We give benefit of doubt. But I think सोते लास्ट मैप देख सकते हैं क्योंकि अगर ये 7:30 बजे खत्म होगा मैं 8:30 बजे सो जाऊंगा वापस मेरे को 2-3 घंटा नींद मिलेगा मेरी गांड लग जाएगी कल के दिन. तो अपन लास्ट मैप सोते देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, होपफुली मैं 8 बजे तक सो जाऊं होपफुली और मेरे को 5 घंटा नींद मिले. लेट्स होप फॉर द बेस्ट. ठीक है, लास्ट मैप देखते हैं मेन चैनल पे बॉयज. आई गेस दैट्स इट. W डे W स्ट्रीम. मेरे को लगा नहीं था मैं इतना स्ट्रीम कर पाऊंगा आज वैसे तो, बट मज़ा आया. दिन संडास गया, स्ट्रीम मज़ा आया. Bye guys. Good nights. Love you chat. Bye. Good night.
I find you a star, and we could be in love, lighting up the dark. But there's nothing I can do. I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle. Like if somebody be so